Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. It means a lot that you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making it. And we're ranking them. We're doing it after this, probably the best episode of Survivor that I've seen in a while. Maybe in this, drop the four era, which is what I'm calling 41 and beyond. I think this is one of the better episodes, one of the better tribals. I think really, but it's between this tribal and the merged tribal of 41 for like the two best tribals. Or two of the best tribals that I've seen ever, but definitely the two best tribals from this era. And I think with this episode, there's definitely a lot to build off of. I hope that the pre-merge doesn't fizzle out after this, and I hope we can get an episode that's even close to as good as this. But Sky, how did you feel about this tribal now looking back? Now that you've had 2 days to recover from the absolute awesomeness of it.
I rewatched the tribal a lot, just to try to make sure I got everything. And wow, did Daniel blow up his game? He was right when he said this is the reason. He literally said in the tribal council, he was like, Jeff, this is the reason why I'm not gonna win Survivor 42. He gave a little speech or something like that. I don't know. Then they voted, and then he proceeded to give the reason why he wasn't gonna win Survivor 42 once the split. But obviously now the whole reason this happened was because Chanel made a terrible move and risking it again. I need to, if Chanel has to tell us something, I need to listen to it because I just want to hear her try to explain the reasoning behind it. There, there probably is a reason. Actually, never mind. There's not a reason why she should have done it. I can't think of it. She literally said she needed her vote, and she knew she had all the facts. She knew Mike didn't have his vote. She knew that there was two people that were going to be voting against her, so she knew that she needed to have a 3-2 majority. And she just told Omar that, hey, I need to, make sure that my vote stays. I need to keep my vote. So of course Omar is going to risk his vote when he because she says she's going to keep his vote because she's going to keep her vote. Why wouldn't she? She needs to. And Omar is going to get a little surprised the next time he goes to tribal council, which may be the merge episode. But
if they go before the merge, they would only have 2 votes, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 more votes left anyway.
Well,
so.
Does Marianne have her vote or?
No, Marianne does not have her vote.
Yeah, so it's just Jonathan and Lindsay.
No, Jonathan and Lindsay. Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. It's kind of weird that Taku has don't they have the least amount of numbers actually?
I really hope that Taku doesn't. It's gonna be a boring tribal of all time. They're gonna try and build up Omar as a decoy. Oh, maybe he goes home, but it's obviously Marianne.
I think they might try to build up Jonathan as a decoy because Marianne, for some reason, has something against her. There's something against him.
I mean, Marianne has the extra vote, right? And
but she can't vote.
Yeah,
and if they're going down in the numbers, though, they're gonna probably want to keep her for some kind of usefulness. At the merge.
Then maybe they vote out Lindsay. Then I guess because they're not going to vote out Jonathan.
Well,
there's only
Lindsay has a vote. Yeah.
Jonathan does have a vote.
Honestly, Omar's less useful at the merge.
I feel like but it's one of those obvious tribals. Honestly, obviously the obvious vote where it's one person is already bad enough. But even just having where it's is it gonna be this person or this person? Who knows? That's gotten for me. It's gotten a little old. It's the whole tribe going on one person or the whole tribe going on the other because we got it for the first 2 episodes.
I like this. Just seeing something like this guy's playing bad and this is why he's going home.
Right.
Yeah. I like Marianne getting voted out because that means I don't have to see her anymore, which is great.
I think that definitely, we do get spoiled a lot with these crazy tribals. We do have to understand we can't expect these separate tribals to even happen more than twice a season or even once a season. But it does suck. You come off this tribal and you know that this next episode is not going to be as good as the last one. So, but in the end, I mean, obviously, if we're complaining about last episode being a good episode, that's a pretty good complaint to have versus last season, where I feel although this season also still has that 26 days vibes, that does kind of bring it down. I feel like the vibe of last season and this season, this season's just it's miles ahead.
Yeah, which is crazy. Everyone was saying 41 was really good last season, and now they actually got a season that's actually good to compare it to. Wait,
really 41 bad? Oh, no.
Well, people went into 41 thinking it was going to be good, and me included. I had thought that 42 the cast looks terrible, so we need to have 41 be a good season. So when 42 was bad or 41 was bad, I was so depressed because I was like, bro, we're actually about to get 2 ghost islands in a row, and then thank God we got.
What was in his feelings? That's crazy.
Think about
my feelings.
Say we get to past season 50, right? We look back on 41. It's between season 40, and if this season ends up being really good, it's gonna be oh wow, that was a real downer of a season between those two.
Terrible.
Well, I feel like
Good
if the season
seasons.
does end up being good, people are gonna finally realize that 41 really wasn't good.
I'm still kind of hoping it's not too good, so they don't keep the 26.
Yeah, that's the only
Well,
problem. If
so
the season is good, they'll keep it.
My
Kinda like,
well,
eh.
my like safe or my like reason why I actually don't want that, because originally I had the same idea is if this season's really good, then they're gonna go out and film. But you have to understand they probably already made the decision at CBS headquarters as to whether or not to go 39 or to 26 days like a month ago. They probably did it mostly based off 41. So hopefully they only did it based off 41 and not 41 and 42.
Yeah, because they should start filming what, April, something like that.
Yeah, like a month from now, and they like
like
usually have like this stuff down like 2 months before, especially the number of days. That's so much planning that has to go into the show. So
that would be the best if they took all the feedback from 41 and that's what they're going with.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Which I mean, hopefully was bad, because like I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, 41 is so good. Erica won. Like, oh my god. But
it's just hilarious. Like let's cut back to all the people saying the amazing cast last season. The season's so great, so many great game players, and now this season, like, wow, this season's so much better than last season.
This season has so characters. What? Oh my god!
What the heck? What this season has
people
stuff?
Get so caught up in like what's happening now, they don't like think like what actually is good.
Yeah.
Right. I get that. Yeah, that definitely. I think it's also really hard to guess a cast before the season starts. I remember going in, everybody thought this cast, but like obviously there was people out there who didn't think it, but I would say like probably 85% of people thought this cast was at least promising. Not this one, but the 41 one. Even people who will now to tell you that it was terrible. A lot of me included thought it was going to be a great cast because it looked good on paper. But I think the disconnect there is a cast can look good on paper. Like this cast looks bad on paper. Like if you just went to Inside Survivor and went based off of their vibes versus last season's vibes, it was the exact opposite. Whereas in this cast is a lot better, and we realized that it really is just like one. I think a big underrated thing is putting certain people on the same tribe. You know what I mean? Like someone like Daniel and Mike on the same tribe. That's a great paired opponent because they're so different, and yet it adds an element of difference between how they live their lives and how they're going to play the game. Mike is the exact opposite of Daniel as far as gameplay, but they may connect. It's small things like that. Putting Jonathan and Marianne on the same tribe, we know that Jonathan's going to get annoyed at that so quickly. It's things like that we just did not get in 41. We didn't get those small things. On top of that, sometimes a cast just gets out there and plays harder, and so sometimes a cast gets out there and plays more passive. And as we saw at the 41 merge, I mean, like literally everybody was playing, like trying to play Erica's game, which is not fun to watch. Like we had Xander, who was playing a pretty flashy game. Maybe Deshaun, but he wasn't even trying to. He was just playing from the top, and he was the ringleader, and he controlled like the first 5 votes of the merge. So, but besides that, I just don't see like that same level of whoa, like there's so many flips in 41. I mean, at the start of the merge, there's about 5 votes that are pretty boring until the Shan blind side. I feel like with this season, it's a great example of a cast can get out there and play completely different, even though the cast is quote unquote worse on paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess we're gonna get into it.
Yep, we gotta do it with an awkward silence now. We have to do 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So should we just get into the rankings, I guess?
Yeah, let's get into the rankings.
All right, so how many are there again? We're 14,
we're
right?
Going to go from 14 to 1. And unlike these other podcasts, we go from worst to best because we're the best.
Sense.
All right. Number 14, we're going to go me, Skylander, Bitter. At number 14, I have Marianne. I wanted to put who I have at 13, which I think is pretty obvious. Who, like, if you guys have listened to anything I said, obviously, or any of my videos, it's definitely pretty obvious who I would like to put at last place and who is at 13. But I'm going to put Marianne at last just because if every single tribe in a Samuel, no, I actually wanted to do Daniel and make the argument that everyone else is going to try and say a different person, but no. I did 14 Marianne and 13 Daniel. I think that for me at 14, it's the player that if their tribe goes to tribal, they are 100% going home without a doubt. And I feel like to me, Marianne right now is that person. Even though Omar may be that they're trying to build his, oh, maybe he goes home, maybe, but no, Omar is well connected to both Jonathan. Well, very, very connected to Jonathan. Definitely, I mean, probably the biggest alliance in the game at this point, like the most solid alliance. And so I think that Jonathan needs Omar just like Omar needs Jonathan. So I don't see Jonathan flipping on Omar. So even if Lindsay does some crazy rogue flip, it's still a 1-1 vote. I mean, to me, I just really, really don't see Omar going. And obviously, Lindsay and Jonathan aren't going in that tribe. So to me, Marianne's the most obvious boot if her tribe goes. Even though I would like to put Daniel S place, I ended up putting him at 13 instead.
Okay, well, you know, if you're thinking illogically, yes, you would put Marianne at 14th. But if you're thinking logically, like myself, you'd realize that Taku isn't going to go to tribal council.
But we don't know that. That's the thing.
Well, we do actually.
We can read. We can again like
read the room.
We can read the edit, but to an extent, I have to do based off who, if they went, because again, as much as the edit cues, the edit for tribes going to tribal isn't as obvious as like as something like a winner's edit. So to me, I'm not going to go based off of tribe going to tribal edit. Like, it's one thing to go off a winner's edit, but I feel like that's just a little too big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can see what you're saying, but I mean, I have to put Daniel at 14th. There's no. I get it. If Marianne's tribe does go to tribal council, she will get voted off. I understand that, but I mean, after what Jonathan did last challenge, I just think there's no way they go. I mean, like, hey, I'd love to be proven wrong because I want to see Marianne get voted out. I hope I am wrong. You know, I want Marianne to get voted out. But yeah, Daniel's in the most trouble. He absolutely blew up his game. I had to put him at last place. I mean, he's probably gonna go if his tribe goes to tribal again. It's between him and one other person that I have ranked a little bit
I would
higher.
say he has a 40%, maybe 50, whereas Marianne has a 99% chance.
Oh, I know. I'm saying like they have.
Right.
I know that she has a way higher chance of getting voted out, but I also think she has a way higher chance of not going to tribal council in the first place. So.
I would say she has a slightly higher chance because these challenges aren't just like Jonathan carry the whole tribe.
I know, but
that one.
They just have the most balanced tribe overall, even with 4 people, which is pretty. Insane.
I personally, I picked the Taku tribe in my boot order video to not go to tribal until the merge. I just think that I have like, if Marianne will 100% go home if she goes for the next 2 episodes to tribal, there's a good chance. I mean, there's just 2 episodes, there's 3 tribes, so I don't know. To me, it's a little bit very obvious, but yeah. I mean, I get putting Daniel at the bottom. That's what I was going to do originally. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, but I can't because Marianne will go home like 100% if her tribe goes. But I get it. Better.
Yeah, I have Daniel at 14 too.
Yeah.
I could see him going next if the tribe loses. It's similar to like I was reading one of the comments under our videos that like JD lying and then getting taken out by Shannon Ricard. Like Daniel getting caught in a lie. How can you trust him if you're high?
This is obviously a lot worse than that.
Yeah, but like some people are saying like, oh yeah, I totally see Daniel teaming up with Sai and Lydia now, but like
someone compare Marianne and JD's edit actually in the comments, which is interesting.
No.
You're gonna get Marianne saying money.
Yeah.
Money. That'd be so annoying. Go ahead.
No, I could see Daniel also making the merge, but I don't see anyone voting for him at the end. I just think everyone will realize he's a snake and just not want to vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. I mean, the counter argument there would be I also don't see Marianne ever getting to the end because she'd obviously be like you're like Janet or Elaine from 39, where there's no way you let them get to the end. Like she's such an obvious jury win with this jury. I mean, but again, it's iffy.
Yeah.
At 13, I already said my 13 is Daniel for the exact same reason you guys said. He lost his number 1 ally in Chanel by throwing her under the bus. He lost his number 2 ally by taking out his number 1 ally in Mike, because Jenny was Mike's number 1 ally. He looked shady to two people who he flips to. He literally asked them mid-tribal if they will basically just forget about him trying to backstab them. And of course they're going to say yes to get you to flip over. Like, you're an idiot. Like, what? It's like me asking you, hey, if I give you this $1 million, will you promise to be nice to me? It's like, of course I'm going to say that. Why wouldn't I say that? It's just silly stuff. Like you I don't know. To me, like, he calls himself a super fan, but these are like classics. Like this is Mike level gameplay. Seriously, it's worse than Mike's gameplay. And to me, I think that definitely deserves a bottom 2 placement, probably bottom spot. just for the fact that he does have a chance to not go to tribal. And even if he does, I think he only has like a 40 or 50% chance of going. For me, I think it's like Daniel 40, Chanel 40, Mike 20, as far as like chances to go if Vati goes. But who knows?
I forget how does it work when you risk your vote? Do you get it back after the next tribal you lost it?
Yeah, you get
yeah,
it back after next
you
one.
do.
Unless it's the
it's only
beware
a one-time
advantage.
thing.
Unless it's the beware advantage, and then you don't.
So
You have to wait.
it's definitely Chanel, Mike, or Daniel. I mean, it's not going to be higher Lydia unless Mike's idol gets activated and he plays it correctly. But even then, I don't
Who
know.
knows?
To
It
me,
might.
I just don't see Mike being able to get back with Daniel and Chanel, especially in the next time on when we see basically Daniel tell Mike that their alliance was never a real. So I don't know.
I feel like that's why I'm not switching, because I feel like Daniel's gonna do even more damage next episode than
Like,
right
yeah,
now.
oh my gosh. Why would you tell him to say like, oh, I got really, caught up in the moment. I
Paranoid.
said things I wasn't true. Mike, I've always been loyal
can
to you. I just got
understand.
messed up.
I can understand why he's doing that though, because at this point, if I'm Mike or Chanel, I'm pissed at Daniel. So if Daniel even tries to pretend to be with me, I'm gonna go to High and Lydia and be like, he's playing two sides.
Yeah,
Boom,
that's
let's
true.
vote him out. So
I guess because Mike has no
Because
power.
don't
no
even say
reason.
anything at that point
Yeah,
at all.
well,
then
I think at this point, Daniel needs to go all in on High and Lydia and just hope that they trust him and use him until eventually.
But it just
he
comes
can break
across so
off.
obvious. I can't
Oh, yeah,
imagine
it's
High
so
not
obvious.
realizing we get what you're doing, Daniel.
It's very
You
obvious.
stop.
Very obvious.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. So I just am at 13 now, right?
Correct.
Yep.
All right. I'm Marianne. There's some other people I think have a higher chance of going home based on what tribe they're on, but like first of all, a lot of this list is based on if I think they'll survive next episode, get to next episode, because we still have 14 people left.
Right.
But people with this edit never win. Never.
Mhm.
People with this edit never win this show. I can't
New
think
era.
of one. Yeah, new era.
That's
I mean,
true.
maybe having no edit, it's gonna win the show. Maybe like,
Heather.
Yeah, because that happened to Erica. So who has like the least confessionals right now? They're gonna win. Whoever has Swati. I think Swati actually has the least confessionals right now. So yeah, she's gonna win. Anyway,
100%.
yeah, Marianne, no shot of winning. And if she does go to tribal, which again I think is low, I can't see her making it out of that situation, especially when the only people who are voting are Lindsay and Jonathan. I feel like Omar might flip. I still think it's very unlikely, but since his vote is gone, the only people voting are Jonathan and Lindsay, and they're not going to flip on each other. So they're going to vote off Marianne. I don't really see why they'd vote off Omar in that situation. So I have to put her I can't put her any higher than 13th place, honestly, even though I don't think her tribe will go to tribal council again.
Agreed.
What if
Bitter.
the idol gets activated, Marianne plays it, Jonathan and Lindsay vote out Marianne, but their votes get canceled, so now they have
Marianne-
to vote out
Marianne.
Omar.
Marianne is not.
But Omar doesn't have a vote, so it comes down to Marianne's vote.
Well, first of all,
Marianne will get her vote back. Yeah.
yeah, and also, so she has an extra vote and an advantage, but I don't think Marianne's the type of player to play them
Do
correctly.
you think? Wait, hold on. Did Marianne tell them about?
Yeah, she told
her,
them.
her
She
extra
told them.
vote. No, her
Yeah.
extra vote.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did as
she
soon
did.
as the episode started.
Yeah, she was like,
The
guys, we have
oh.
4 people, but it's like we have 5, and she put her extra.
Oh,
vote, and everyone was
flashback.
Yeah, when I
Flashback.
started dancing on
Flashback.
like automatically.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in Marianne to play her advantages the correct way. I also think Marianne has this false sense of safety. I think she thinks that she's with Omar and stuff like that based on because she told Omar that she doesn't really like Jonathan is see on the next time on Survivor. So honestly, I don't think she has the savviness to pull anything off like that. So,
Yeah, she definitely needs a brain to control her.
which she does not have right now. So.
Well, she needs Omar.
But Omar's not with her. I feel like she's like maybe in the middle when she's actually on the bottom.
Yeah, I think she thinks everyone likes her when they don't.
Yeah, when everyone actually hates her. So, I mean, myself included. But yeah, so that's 13th place. I hope she gets voted out next episode. I'm
That would be
hoping that
great.
I'm wrong. I keep saying Taku's not going to go to tribal council, but I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so she gets voted out. Please, I do not want to be right.
If they vote her out
definitely.
and she looks super embarrassed and everyone laughs at her, the season goes up to top 10 for me.
I know, right? Especially if she starts crying when she gets voted out, but everyone else just starts pointing at her and laughing, and Jeff can't
Bro.
he's laughing as he's saying the tribe is
Napping Marianne
spoken.
right now, bro.
He can't say the tribe is spoken because he's just laughing too hard right now.
And then they show her go to Ponderosa and Zach says, ew.
Yeah,
Oh.
tries to hug him and just, pulls out a freaking block and
Gross, bro.
shoots her to
He's
death.
like, I was hoping you were Lindsay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Just,
that'd be great. It'd be a great season.
yeah. Top 10.
Best episode ever.
The best episode ever. We get to see that's actually like I want to see that too. Like pre-merge like Ponderosas because I feel like they'd be way more funny since everyone else is like bitter and stuff like that.
Right.
Since they're
Survivor
Bring
first.
it-
We're gonna show Marianne arriving at Ponderosa.
because
Just
she
to
gets beat up by everyone to try
Just to get doo-dooed on, bro.
Zach's like,
Honestly.
no, get away from me.
See, that's the kind of Survivor I want. You guys all want this crazy strategy, awesome, crazy tribals.
You just
I just
want
want annoying
reality TV.
characters to get shit on. That's what I want.
Exactly. Like when was the last time an annoying character got like voted out and got like really like
Charisma, but even then she got
No, but everyone on Twitter, everyone was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
Stan Charisma."
Well, yeah, but
like,
you can't expect a Survivor to make Twitter not be Twitter. That's not.
Yeah.
That's
I know, but
that's
like
what
even
Twitter is.
Survivor was like making her look like a hero when
Right,
she was
right,
just-
exactly.
She was annoying. She was fat. She couldn't do anything in challenges.
Damn, bro.
Okay, she
Yeah,
cried
that's
because
bad.
she's too fat because she couldn't do anything in the challenge.
They did the same thing with Shireen in 30
Yeah.
when they made a person who was obviously annoying. Obviously, I mean, yeah, Will was being a dick, but like she was also being annoying to everybody.
Yeah,
And
Shireen would
so,
be like the
yeah.
worst, one of the worst people to live with on an island.
Yeah. I know. I agree with Will. I probably would have said
Victim.
even
Yeah,
worse
Will-
things.
Will was,
Victim.
everyone hates like the Will Rodney crew and all that, but they were probably like,
Will, Rodney, and Dan, you're talking about.
yeah,
those
those
three.
guys are probably based and like super.
Yeah, they
probably
also
way better.
They were just like fed up with her, bro. They just like were just like stop being annoying.
Yeah, stop being a dumb bitch.
Yeah. Like what? Didn't she get like naked one time or something like that on the beach?
Yeah, she
Something
did. I
crazy
think
like
I think that was on our original tribe though.
Yeah.
Gross.
They just cut the confessional. Spencer saying "gross" after they showed Serene naked.
Gross.
I'm so glad she got voted out second in Cambodia. That was great.
Yeah, that was
like
pretty
that.
good. It did hurt Spencer his game, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he got he got third place. He got like what $75,000. So
The next thing is, it was either her or Spencer, so it actually helps Spencer.
yeah, that's true. That is true.
Isn't that weird that Spencer's game started like that twice in a row, where it was
Yeah.
either him or JT, and then him and Shireen. And if Spencer gets voted out the first time, we don't get anything from ever again from Spencer. That's crazy.
mhm.
That is crazy.
Yeah, both
Yeah,
times in the pre-merge, he almost got voted out. Like
He almost got voted out in like third place both
I
times.
just can't imagine
third place.
Cambodia with Shireen and Spencer's place the whole season.
Oh
Mhm.
my god!
I'm so
bro.
glad.
It'd be Spencer just dragging along his goat the whole time.
No, I mean
I'm
like Spencer
gross.
getting voted out and Shireen staying.
That would've
Oh
been
my
terrible,
god!
bro.
It'd be terrible. Oh my god!
But this made sense
Could
for
you
a tribe. Would
imagine?
you rather have like this young, kind of athletic dude to help you in challenges, or this fat, like 30-year-old woman?
I wouldn't say she's fat.
Damn,
Look her up.
bro.
Look her up.
Look her up.
That was foul, bro. They really did her dirty.
Shireen Survivor. She's overweight. Is that better for you?
Really did her dirty, bro. Yeah, bro.
Here, I'll say it more nicely. She's
Like,
overweight.
you know she's like a secret like millionaire, right?
Yeah, actually, 100%.
Yeah, she has a secret million pounds inside of her. Like,
Yeah.
Secret millionaire. That was the best.
We're,
was
we're
good.
definitely getting demonetized right now.
I know, right?
I like that.
Overweight.
Okay, so where
Going
we
off
at?
on it right now.
My 13.
Or your turn.
Oh, well, on a similar topic, my 13 is Lydia.
Hmm.
So
There we go.
I just
Really?
based off,
Wow.
He
based off
also
that
has yours.
tribal, right? Everything was up to high figuring out. Lydia was just
Right.
sitting there doing nothing.
No,
She-
Lydia did actually. No, at least more, like Jenny was actually more passive than Lydia. Lydia came in and said hi, I was with you since day one. I wanted to play since day. Jenny was just like,
Which is a
Yeah.
lie.
please.
But the way Lydia
hi,
said it though, I was
please."
like, ew.
Well, that's
you
just
know?
Lydia's being a Lydia.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm like, how could you vote for that?
Yeah,
I-
like
right,
I
get
I
it.
hate
Like,
her so much.
Yeah,
she's
I
always-
absolutely
Lydia's
think
not winning
Lydia's
the game.
still a goat for me.
She's a
still gonna be
Serena
final
Correct,
season.
correct.
She's probably gonna be
Correct.
annoying sometime this season.
I just think you can't put like Lydia above some of these characters at the bottom. some of
I just think
some
by
of
like
these,
merge, I think she's gonna be kind of like purple edit,
exactly.
I mean,
so she's gonna
I
win.
understand, but like Sky said, we're at 14 people. I would put the person who's guaranteed merge a little bit higher than the second last place.
Well, I don't know if it's guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed merge.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I do see her
Maybe.
making merge.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless like
She's
they
my-
realize
she's
that
my
she's fat and they want
final
to
three
get rid of
goat.
her.
Oh,
Be more fat phobic people
Sky's
on the
off
show.
Sky's off the perk, bro.
We need to cancel fat people on Survivor.
Sky like took an extra Flintstone vitamin this morning, right? He's off.
Took
the
an
I want you
perk.
to
So
I want you to
he-
tweet that exact sentence on Twitter.
What?
We need to cancel fat people.
Fat people on Survivor. Hashtag Survivor
Sky,
42.
yeah. Sky loses all of his audience in one tweet on his
Mhm.
original channel. That's
Exactly.
awesome. Okay. 12.
I just want to see, like, Survivor Wiki come at you. 12.
12. Okay, so at 14 I had Marianne, and then I had Daniel at 13. Of course, the person who has to go above Daniel for me is Chanel. Chanel, none of this happens without Chanel. Chanel, I mean, I broke it down in my video, and both of the videos really, I just doo-dooed on Chanel, but especially the Friday video where I talk about how dumb the Vati tribe is overall. I mean, Chanel literally. Oh, okay, hold on.
So literally, like, oh my god.
Like,
yeah.
I just need to take a breath. Okay,
put
Chanel tells Omar that she needs her vote, and she knows that she's going to tribal because it happens after the challenge.
Yes.
And then she goes back on that. So there's two possibilities. Either she was lying to him on purpose, which makes no sense because if he believed that lie, it's bad outcome for her. Or she honestly changed her mind, which is even worse because then she's being oblivious, knowing that her changing her mind is going to screw over her and only her and Omar both. So now she's making an enemy at them. It's just bad. It's bad. Plus, on top of that, I honestly can make an argument that she has a better. I think right now, for me, I would say like it's Chanel 45% chance, Daniel 40, and then like Mike like with like the other like 15 or something like that. To me, Chanel, because she's opposing Daniel, who is like dying to work with Hai and Lydia. I think Hai and Lydia's best option is to wheel Daniel along in the merge and use him as a goat. I don't.
That's
Well,
what I'm
I don't know though. I don't know.
No, you don't. Yeah, Daniel immediately flipped to a better option.
But do you think that Hai and Lydia like having someone who just like wants to work with them 100% and like?
I don't think he does want to work for them.
Well, he wants to work
Right,
100% as of right now.
Yeah,
like,
until-
as soon as
yeah,
he has
exactly.
options, he has no options.
Right.
now.
Exactly, which means you can
I
easily
think it's a
control
smart move for them to vote out Daniel, but
Well, I
I
don't
could
want him
see
to.
them like overthinking it and voting out Chanel. Plus the edit too. Yeah, Daniel's getting, to me, I'm getting hard Deshaun vibes from last season, where like his outburst at tribal really reminded me of Deshaun's truth bombs, where Deshaun panicked when he was paranoid, and he ended up really screwing his game over with his own words, throwing his own.
His was a little
allies
bit
out
more
on the
reasonable.
Right. Because he really thought he was going home in that spot, whereas Daniel was not going to go home in this tribal ever, and for no reason. And when he really started to fall apart during the minute-long deliberation, he literally had a 0% chance of going home at that point, unless he drew a rock. That's what I'm saying. And he said at the start, I'm not drawing a rock. So he had a 0% chance of going home, and he still ruined his game. And to me,
He fell
that's
apart
crazy.
5 times in one tribal. It wasn't just like one time he fell
and
apart.
the fact that I'm on Chanel, but I'm still talking about how dumb Daniel is, just shows how dumb Daniel is. We're not even on him right now, and I just can't help myself but picking apart how dumb last episode was for him. But Chanel also has a very dumb move, and that's why she's above him here at 12. To me, Chanel is someone who there's no reason for her to do the actions she wants. Now, I'm curious to see how much the edit did try and make her look bad. Obviously, I know that no matter what, she did tell Omar that, and then she did go back on it. But maybe she told Omar some more stuff that made that Omar shouldn't have risked his vote. I don't know. But to me, I have to go off of what I know right now. And right now, I know that Chanel is not looking too good in the game as far as her strategical ability. Also, that confessional before tribal where she's talking about oh, I wasn't even on the island. That's how good my social game. I wasn't even on the island, and I was still able to have full control of my tribe. That is a testament to my social game. And then she
to make a terrible move.
That would really show though how crazy editing has an impact on how you perceive players. Like, imagine if Chanel said, like Omar said to Chanel, like,
I'm gonna vote safe or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Chanel looks like a giant moron.
I will say, like, I don't have Chanel like way too much high, but I had to put her over some people just because I like, for me it's more like a 70-30 on Vati, 70% Daniel, 30%, because like I feel like everyone on Vati is pissed off at Daniel right now. Even Jenny, who just got voted out, she's pissed off at Daniel.
Because literally, because Hai and Lydia were gonna get blindsided by her, and specifically Lydia will never work with Daniel because he literally tried to vote her out with the whole tribe and did it in cold blood too, telling them to the last second that he was with them until the vote. And on top of that, Chanel is also not, with Hai and Lydia, because Chanel told them the split vote plan just to displace their votes to screw them. So to me, I see it being definitely between Daniel and Chanel. I would go Daniel, but I understand if they don't. Because I think if the reason why I think Daniel's the best vote is I think right now you want to go in the merge like kind of how Taku is with four people who generally want to stay loyal to each other and aren't going to do what Yase does at the merge and just splits up. You know what I mean? I feel like to me, if you go in with a fractured tribe, you're screwed. So to me, the best way to bring the four together is to vote out Daniel, the person who everybody hates right now. It'd be perfect because then Hai and Lydia can be like, okay, great. Chanel and Mike, if I vote out Daniel and don't vote out one of you, it's us four at the merge, right? And they're like, yeah, that's it. To me, that's the perfect solution to this disarray that Daniel has caused by his actions. But I can understand if they don't do that and go with the easy vote in Chanel because they would 100% have the votes for it. Whereas they target Daniel and Chanel wants to go tell Daniel that, and then they go with Mike. Now it's a 2-2 vote with Mike not having a vote. So it's definitely risky, but I think the best vote's definitely Daniel if you can trust Chanel and Mike not to go blab on.
Which I mean,
I completely agree with voting out Daniel's the best option.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want that to happen because I think he's a great character.
I would love Daniel to make merge.
Yeah, for everyone's game though, it is best for me because he's like a wild card.
And this is kind of off topic, but the merge boot for me is always interesting. I think the merge boot is always someone who's been built up to be at least one, not a nice person like last season with Sydney. Two, a player that people have been gunning for a while, and they finally get them, like Chris Noble with Dom, or someone who, exactly, or someone who was gonna go home and then they didn't go home, which was supposed to be Erica's merge boot edit, but she didn't do that. So to me, to me, I think that right now, you're based off that, your merge boot candidates are Roxroy, Drea, Daniel, and that's about it. To me, I think those.
You gotta add Jonathan.
Yeah,
just for
the
sheer.
You're right, because he doesn't really fit in one of those. But yeah, I mean, you're right. There like is a fourth one there, where it's also like your Joe England merge boot, the person who's just way too big of a threat. So yeah, I think right now to me, Drea and Roxroy, because they've already been talking about blindsides for them. So if Ika doesn't go again and Bati goes 2 more times, to me, I think Drea and Roxroy blindsides will be far in the making from them. I think Jonathan because he's Iron Man, and I think Daniel because he has so many people on his own tribe who want him out. Yeah, literally, he's Iron Man.
Okay,
I could see a situation where they at the merge, Jonathan's targeted, but Marianne plays her idol on him.
Well, so like here's the thing, though. Do you think they're gonna do the hourglass this one? Because I don't think they are gonna do it because everyone will see it coming. You know,
I really don't.
Everyone will see it coming, so I don't think they're gonna do it again. But if they do it again, Jonathan would. I'm just saying. I don't think they are, but I'm just saying if they are gonna do it again,
Jonathan would probably go.
Whichever one Jonathan tribe, he's gonna win it because he's gonna just pick up the giant ass bolt and throw it across the freaking obstacle course. And but he'll go home if that does happen. But I think they're gonna do some sort of stupid twist at the merge. I just don't think they're gonna do the hourglass twist again.
Or like maybe like a different version of it. There's no way to be exact. Like think about it. I was gonna say have they ever done the same crazy twist twice in a row? They usually like to test it out and then do it after it's been seen by an audience. Like for example, Exile Island and Palau, they did it. Saw that people liked it for an episode and then did it in 12 and they went full on, but in 11 they didn't do it at all. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what we're gonna get is they're gauging, and obviously people hated it, so it's probably not gonna come back. But I'm really hoping that they didn't think it was a good idea to do it twice in a row, but because they are gonna copy over like a lot of these twists. Like I think the do or die twist is definitely coming back. I think obviously BB or Advantage twists are coming back. So to me, I'm really worried that they're just gonna repeat everything, and hopefully God.
Who?
Yeah, I say go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I cut out. My internet went out again. I'm having internet issues. Sorry.
No, again.
But I definitely think that if there was one twist that they would be scared to try again without ever seeing the audience react to it is probably the bottle twist. I'm hoping that they went with their gut there and didn't do the bottle twist twice in a row. But we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. Just the fact that they are promoting using the same twist is the only fear I have about them using it again.
For sure, very scary, but hopefully not. Are we good to go? Oh no, you have 12s, right? 12s.
Oh, it was my turn.
Yeah, 12, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I have Roxroy here just because. Right now I feel like his edit. We haven't seen him in a while, but I feel like
he's actually next on my list. So yeah, it's all you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't think he's gonna learn from his past mistakes. Like as we see from the next on Survivor, I don't think he's gonna learn from his past mistakes. I still think he's gonna be like an Eric Abraham person, just gonna try to want to control his tribe, and his tribe just isn't gonna have it, and they're gonna eventually vote him out at like the 5th vote or the 6th vote. However, if he does make the merge, I do think he could possibly make a run because like who wants to vote out Roxroy? It's like he's no one's biggest option.
I think
But
he's either.
I think he's going to merge
or the merge.
I mean, I don't think he's going to pre-merge. I think he's going to be a pre-merge route sometime here, and
I think
hopefully it isn't
like,
Tori.
I doubt it. I think to me, Roxroy and Drea both. Well, I think Drea might have some capital because her edit's been positive for the first episode. Her edit was really positive.
Exactly.
So maybe she's the person who messed up, but fixes it. But to me, although Roxroy got his sob story, everyone gets a sob story. So to me, I feel like Roxroy is either your pre-merge villain who finally goes at the end, like a Peter from Korong, or he's your Roger, where everyone hates him, everybody agrees to vote him out. We're all good. Let's get him the hell out of here. I don't want to ever live with him ever again. And he's right before the jury. So to me, I think that's good.
Yeah. Either way, I just don't think he has a lot of staying room.
Definitely.
He's. I would say if Ika does go to tribal council, I think they actually vote him out over Tori.
Correct.
At least
Correct.
I think that I don't want Tori to get voted out.
I actually think that it's between Drea and Roxroy. I think Tori was like Tori is the perfect decoy like person who was always in trouble because like on I mean, was Angelina in trouble on her original tribe? Because I remember Nora being
I don't
in trouble.
Remember.
Yeah, because Nora was in trouble on her original tribe because of her personality. And to me, I think that Tori is an Angelina and Nora type of personality. So I think to me, she's a person where you can be like, oh, or it could be Tori, but really it's not. I feel like the two blind sides that are looming are either a Drea blind side or a Roxroy.
I hope it's not Drea. I feel like
definitely.
Vati and Ika are going to share tribal council. I think they're both going to go to tribal council one more time before the season.
Ooh, I would really like that. Like instead of doing the bottle twist, they just do a double boot to get to 12.
No, I'm saying what I meant by that is I think they're going to go to the next 2 episodes. They're both going to go to tribal council. Okay. I mean, that'd be cool.
I would actually like one joint tribal between both of them, and then they go to merge at 12. I haven't done that in a while.
I kind of like the idea, but I also kind of hated it.
Instead of doing like just 2 separate tribals, or doing one more tribal and then a bottle twist like last season to get to a merge at 12, because that's when they obviously want to merge. Instead, they just do a joint tribal and merge at 13, or do like a double boot episode and then merge at 12.
I just like, even though like the possibilities of joining tribal council are cool, we've only had it 2 times. Obviously, the first time it was very cool, but I just feel like the floor for it is like so much lower because like if you have a tribe that's like has more people, they're obviously just gonna vote out the first.
For sure. I think that like setting like a Taku tribe versus like either of the tribes would be really fun because Taku's not gonna break, and I think we want Taku to make it far. So it would be a fun way to like if they sent Taku and Vati, that'd be awesome because someone
Jonathan would get
from
voted
Vati's
out
gonna
there.
Flip.
If it was Taku that went to tribal council, Jonathan gets voted out.
I mean, do you really think Chanel's going to vote with Hai and Leah, the people who are obviously don't like her? Do you think Chanel's going to vote with Daniel? Do you think Mike's going to vote with Daniel?
Vatai's not going to vote together at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like do you want Jonathan to be there though? It's like,
but
I don't know.
I think they're willing to work with anybody at that point because they have no loyalty to anybody.
Also, the Vati tribe wouldn't have a majority in that spot. Mike doesn't have a vote, so it would be 4-4 anyway. So
No, Sheldon has vote. Never mind.
Jonathan's more of a scary player to a strong alliance, not a bunch of free agents.
I definitely think that that'd be a great way to cap off the pre-merge and you merge at 13 this season instead of 12.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen, but
yeah, definitely, obviously. But I mean, to me, like,
it'd be cool.
Like I definitely like when it's a good time to do it. When you look at all the possibilities, like if if Vati goes with anybody, it's gonna be fun because we're gonna see flips. And then if honestly, the worst case scenario is Taku and Ika, and even then it's still kind of a fun tribal. I like it.
But both times they did join tribal council. Do you think that was just a predetermined thing they did before the season? That we're gonna have it here. Do you think they maybe tried to move it around to have like a good place for it?
No, I think they always pre-plan it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, this is another example of them trying a twist and then seeing the public reaction, and and then doing it again like the season after it airs. They did it in 34, and then it aired during 35, and they did it during 36 after.
They did it in 38. They didn't.
Did they do it? I thought they did it in 36.
No, they did it in Edge of Extinction. That's the episode where Wendy went out. The episode where Wendy went out.
Yeah. I was thinking that Morgan, the tribal that Morgan goes, but there's just so no.
That was just a tribe swap. It's because they swapped freaking 2 votes in.
Exactly.
The head Ghost Island.
It's that they swapped 2 votes in. I'm like, they didn't swap 2 votes. There's no way.
That's why I guess Ghost Island. It's like
Terrible.
that's why like a season. I think like Ghost Island proved that a season where they swap like every single episode isn't a good idea.
I think that both Game Changers and Ghost Island were just trying to copy like the formula from Cambodia, and then Ghost Island was really trying to copy Game Changers pre-merge. So we'll see.
Right.
But yeah.
So what are we at now?
12 for Bitter.
Yeah, my 12 is Chanel. We talked about her a lot.
Yeah.
I could still see her recovering some way. Like if Daniel goes and she stays, I could see her recovering at the merge. But I mean, I dropped her a lot. I had her at 2 last week. Now I have her down to 12. The edit just showed like there's no way she can win with that edit where she looks like a moron.
I think she can definitely still win. I think that the issue is going to be if Daniel's still in the game, she's always going to be mad at Daniel for the way he did her so dirty in this tribal. I think that she's just going to always hold that grudge against Daniel, and eventually it's going to be like like Liana and Xander, where like if both of them are still in the game, they're just going to target each other the whole game. Eventually, one of them's going to go out, both of them. So,
I do want to see her interact with Omar about her ruining his vote too.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Definitely.
Like, hey, what the heck, dude?
This season is just like I'm
scared. I'm
very grateful that we're getting a better season than 41. Imagine we got 2 41s in a row.
I mean, we still have a lot of time for it.
I don't know if I would be back next season.
Yeah, right. I mean,
like
again,
I
understand, but I'm just saying. Imagine if we got, because this season seems like obviously with a production rig saying it's going to be the best newbie season ever, which I don't believe that, but I still think it's going to be like a top 3 or 5 newbie season for sure.
Like even if it's like good in terms of gameplay, the cast isn't that amazing. It's solid.
Again,
like in terms
like
of entertainment.
Like you said, we still have a lot to see about the cast. We only got 3 episodes. Yeah.
I don't like any of them, so
I can like put away like on the TV show at least what they do in real life, and
I get why other people like them on the TV. I just don't really care for.
I really don't mind.
There's a world where I could like a person like Hai. He does. I like a person who stands by like his ground and stuff. Right. But I don't know. His personality outside of that was not enjoyable.
I understand what you're saying, but like people that you don't necessarily like, I have no issue with. Like the person that I dislike the most is Marianne, and you guys know I really don't mind Marianne at all. As a character.
I hate Marianne.
We know you like Marianne.
Oh yeah, I love her so much.
I absolutely hate her. Like I despise
people like I'm trying to think. People who like you could dislike. I just have no problem setting aside their outside of the game. Like someone like Hai. I thought he performed pretty well last episode, even though I've seen his Twitter, I've seen what he's about.
I agree with that. I think he performed good last
on the show. He hasn't done anything until that tribal, and it's just that he figured out the dumb moves that were being made.
I'm not talking about. I think that's good casting. To me, I think.
I think he's a good casting.
Yeah, and I feel like even though yes, he probably would love Shan's opinions. He's not Shan. He's not that bad as far as like being unlikable. He's still a likable person to me, even though he's unlikable outside of the game. But
I mean,
I think he's dumber than Shan. That's why. But
I get like you're like saying like he did play well last episode. My problem with it is the only reason why his ally didn't get home was like a very like weird series of events that all happened together.
This has nothing to do with his gameplay. Again, it's all about his likability versus last season having no one who you like except maybe.
I mean, I'd rather have him than Shan. But
correct.
Well, I mean,
I would rather have Shan. I would rather have Shan just for the character. Go ahead.
Hai did give me some vibes of Todd Herzog last episode. Yeah. It's just that he's like a way worse version of Todd.
Well, Todd also wasn't like, oh my god, I hate meat. I'm gonna cry now over meat.
Yeah, and Todd was also a very loyal player to his alliance, and I don't know.
Again,
also very astute.
Like we've been saying, or like you guys have been telling me when I get overexcited or overanalyze. Again, we are only 3 episodes in. We have to see more of the season. But yeah, it's definitely promising some of the characters. It's definitely interesting to talk about like what the season could end up being. In the end, when we look back on this Drop the 4 era, maybe it's only a 2 season era. Maybe it's a 10 season era. Maybe it's the rest of the show's existence. Who knows? But
anytime I think it's getting too bad, I just remember Zach's gone and how great that is. So.
Yeah, imagine you block someone on Twitter because you're scared that they're gonna roast you.
Wasn't Omar that blocked him on Twitter or something like that?
No,
he blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He blocked him, right? Yeah. Okay.
So
You gotta get someone to block you, Sky.
Yeah, there we go. So you can be involved in the.
You gotta
blocking.
tweet at Lydia about the.
I have to do it on my
rotundness.
surviving account.
I
not
literally
my,
have not put out like my own tweet in the history of my Twitter account, and I got blocked by Zach. So I think mine's the most impressive because I've
Bro's trying to make my blocking is the most impressive.
I have never said a word about or to Zach, and I still got blocked.
Is there like a block list you can look on to see who's blocked you?
No, you just gotta click on their profile and see they blocked
to go
you.
check Zach's profile when I was going to go roast him for the premier recap, and it said Zach Wirt has blocked you. So I was like,
he knew you were about to roast him, so he blocked.
Yeah, he knew I was about to go in.
You didn't want to give you any material. Yeah, I'll give you that, Zach. Yeah, I called out. I deserved Omar's block, but
yeah,
you deserve it. Wait, didn't you say like I would if I was like Muslim, I wouldn't want a 30-year-old virgin to be?
No, I just said like I'm sure the Islamic community is happy to be represented by a 30-year-old virgin who loves animals a lot.
I mean, it was a good roast. Like,
yeah, I was being genuine.
Roast.
I thought they would enjoy that.
It was definitely worth the block. I
just think Omar, if you're listening, I think you just misunderstood that. I was being happy for you. Thought that was great.
Yeah, right. And if you're listening, you're a terrible Survivor player. All right, let's do 11.
Sure.
11
for sure.
Yeah, we're on 11.
Yeah,
now?
11. You're on 11. Yeah.
Alrighty, I already did Rocksroy. I already said Rocksroy.
Okay.
So we're good.
Okay, so my 11, right?
Yep.
Okay, so finally, I have Chanel 11. Just like, just that move was just so under.
Yeah, you can't find the word.
How do I say it? Not
Stupid?
Understandable, stupid. Like I just have no faith in her to make a good decision.
Confusing
for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like it was so mind-boggling. Like because she even said herself, "I need to keep my vote." Well, there you go. It's right there. The word it literally says it like read the fine print. It says right there. You gonna protect your vote or you gonna risk it. You just told Omar, "I'm gonna keep my vote." Like,
and oh my god, you gotta calm down for our headphone listeners. For and also for reference too, which makes it even worse. And honestly, this to me is the worst part. Jenny said in her post-game press, and I'm gonna go on a limb and believe Jenny here because she has no real ill will towards Chanel. It's more towards Daniel. Yeah. So I'm gonna believe this, that she told the entire tribe exactly what happened, the exact twist, and the exact question, and the exact dilemma. So you know exactly what's gonna happen when you go. I could get it if she was like, I had no idea, so I told Omar that, like saying, it's whatever, this, that. But then I saw it and I changed my mind. She knows exactly what it is. So what she should have done is told Omar straight out what it's going to be and told him, hey, I need an extra vote or I don't need an extra vote, but just make a choice. Don't go back and forth on it.
Oh, you're saying Chanel knew what the twist was?
Chanel knew
she was risking
I believe that.
when Omar and her were talking?
Yeah.
She knew exactly what the twist was. Now maybe she forgot it. Yeah.
Maybe now,
maybe
more dumb.
I'll try and give it a benefit of the doubt because it's not in the show, so maybe. But we like as far as Jenny says in her post game interviews, several of them, that she went back and told the tribe what it was, and then she told the tribe that she elected to not risk her vote. So Chanel knew what it was, knew what the choices were, and knew how it worked. And it's even easier this time because it's only her and him. So it's two variables this time, or really only one that she has to worry about. And she still blew it.
It makes me think, imagine if Jenny risked her vote. That'd be crazy.
Wait, when Jenny risked her vote? Oh no, she would. Wait, would she have lost it?
Yeah, I think both the other two risked it.
Yeah, both the other two. Who was there? It was Drea, Jenny, and Marion. Yeah, they all risked their votes. So yeah, she risked.
So like, there'd have been 3 people without votes, and then another 2 this week, so 5.
So that means that if Jenny did risk her vote, then her and let's say Chanel still does it. Chanel, Mike, and Jenny all have a vote, and Daniel's the only person that can vote.
I think if Jenny loses her vote, she goes back and tells like I understand that according to Jenny, she told like Chanel right before she kind of hinted to her like don't lose your vote. But I think if Jenny loses her vote there and then Chanel goes, Jenny says do not risk your vote.
Yeah, but they're still in the same situation. Though.
Yeah, because they haven't gone to trial before that moment. Yet.
Right. I just think that Jenny's much more stern and clear about her do not because we would have a clear minority at that point.
At that point though, if you're Daniel and Chanel, you have to flip on Mike and Jenny. They both have no votes.
That's true. That's very, very true.
No, if Chanel still risks her vote in that if that exact situation happens, then only Daniel has his vote.
Plus, at that point, if you flip on Mike, and then you in the next round you can go at Jenny and have a majority of 3 instead of now
if Jenny
where they kept Mike in the game. Like High and Lydia were smart to vote out Jenny, the person who actually still has a vote, because now even if Chanel and Daniel want to get back together, they can't go with Mike and have a majority because Mike doesn't have a vote. So.
Yeah, why do you think High and Lydia wanted Jenny out over Mike?
Right, exactly.
Probably for. I mean, I'm saying, well, they didn't know Mike lost his vote, right? So
no,
they probably wanted Jenny out because of challenge strength, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Just like how they want Lee out because try.
Yeah, because
strength, whatever.
High and Lydia are the only people that don't know about his advantage on the tribe, right?
Right. Do you think that they still, because they still don't know what a Bureau advantage is? They still don't know
when they go back to tribal council, they're probably gonna be like, "Why didn't you guys have your vote?" and stuff like that. Like, what do you think Mike says?
Mike can say, "I risked my vote and I lost."
Yeah, probably.
That's what I would say. I mean, I'm sure Daniel's gonna tell him anyway to get more trust that he has.
Oh yeah, that is true. That he has he doesn't have Isla, he has a chance to get Isla. So.
Well,
I mean, but now the entire tribe basically know that happens. That once Mike says that he has an idol, like the entire tribe knows.
Right. If I'm Mike, I'm telling them, hey, keep me in the game because I understand that you're thinking, okay, we'll vote Mike out and then the thing will get rehidden and we'll find it ourselves. But if you guys don't find it, then you have no idol at the merge at all. So that's
and I would say you're gonna risk losing your vote and something bad happening. I will be with you. I will use my idol for you guys at the merge.
Right.
The thing is, I mean, I guess we are just gonna assume that they get their vote back by the merge if they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They don't ever find it, right? Because I think Mike thinks he just automatically gets the idol if he never says it if he gets to merge, which is wrong.
I think that's a better way to do the Beware advantage, though.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
it's a good strategy. Either you let everyone know about it, or you take the chance of losing your vote the whole pre-merge, and you get the idol at.
So you gotta tell your
think
entire tribe that you had the advantage, or you don't have to wait.
I think that they like the phrases though. So
yeah, I know with Survivor,
but
if they want to make it fair, I think it's a good dilemma the player has to be. Should I make my idol well known to everybody and try to get a chance of getting it quicker? Or try to get it to the merge without anyone knowing.
Now, in this way, everyone will know about your advantage by the time merge comes because you're someone on their tribe told them about the advantage. You know what I mean? So
yeah, already Vati knows that Marianne has the idol. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Basically, everyone on Vati knows.
I think we could see the idols activated in the next episode, guys. I
think we need Ika to find it, and that's it basically. Yeah. The problem is what if a person on Ika has the same mentality as Mike? Is I have to have the other two people say it before I say it? Because if that does happen, then neither Mike or the person.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's just Mike doing that. I don't think it's gonna happen again.
You don't think anyone else can have the mentality of Mike?
I think it could happen. I just think it's not gonna.
No,
what if Mike misunderstands it and ruins all three of their idols, and then there's no idols in the game for the rest
they
of
both
the
say?
What I was saying was what if the person on Ika, it's say Rockstory finds it right, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna say it unless one person, the other two people say it. Then Mike isn't going to say it.
I think Tori's supposed to find it. But
I think Mike's going to say it now. I don't think he has no reason not to say it now.
You think he's just going to say it now when he goes to...
hopefully. I imagine if Mike's like, okay, I'm just going to not say it, and then when we hit merge, since the other two tribes said it, we're good. What goes on your head that you think that's how... Oh, my God.
I mean, Mike does have a pretty large forward, so I mean...
what in the world? Bro? What are you doing?
Anyway, what even number are we at?
Who do you think would find the idol on
I'm pretty sure it's...
no, yeah, they apparently... I actually didn't even catch this in my video, but apparently the onions one hasn't been said yet, and it was in Tori's voice.
You mean potato?
Yeah.
Potatoes have skin, I have skin, therefore my
onion
potato.
skin, potato skin, same shit. Yeah.
I mean, it's still a chance that she was reading the clue, though, and not has the idol.
Maybe.
Someone shared it with her.
I mean, that would be pretty minimal. I mean,
because everyone's been sharing the idol. So
sure.
Imagine that's at the merge, so then we know that Tori makes merge and it gets spoiled. That would suck, bro. They did a terrible job with this preview. They really did spoil a lot of.
Yeah, they spoiled that Marianne was going to get voted out.
Yeah,
because,
in episode 2. Yeah,
for the improvement in editing on the season compared to 41, they really dropped.
Just don't release the trailer
on previews, right?
Yeah. Anyway, what number are we at?
We're at 11.
All right. So who was Bitter's 11? What was your...
mine's my 11 is Mike.
Okay.
I see him making the merge. I think he's the third person I'd vote out if I was high, and Lydia out of the 3 that aren't with them.
Exactly.
But I still see Mike. I think he's gonna be similar to a Nasir, right? He's gonna get to the merge with his idol, and then people are just gonna vote him out. He might get over cocky and not play it and get voted out.
I would go with Mike if you're confident he's with you, because if Mike's not with you, he's not with you. You know what I mean? Like, Mike is a very convicted person, and so if he's on your side, he's on your side for the whole game. If he's not on your game, not on your side for the whole game. He'll never flip back to you.
I mean, Mike's
So
gotta be really dumb though if he's not trying to kiss up to High and
Right. But I think High and Lydia can sniff out Mike's BS, because Mike is not smooth at all. Mike's the opposite of smooth.
I don't know.
So
I think
to me-
if Mike lied to me, I think he's like, oh, this guy's more genuine. He's an older man.
Well, yeah,
I
I want
just-
Mike
I
to be
just
in my
still think
lines.
that-
Find them.
Yeah, right. I just still think that Mike will not be able to successfully BS. So he either has to truly want to be with them, and then he'll make it. Or at least if I'm High and Lydia, I'm trying to really read him to see if he's with us or not. Because if he is, you had a free number the whole game, and also a free goat too. And if he isn't, then you have a person that's going to be flipping to probably the Taku. I'm guessing the Taku tribe. Maybe the I doubt the Ika tribe. Probably the solid Taku 4. And now you have a real issue because you have 5 solid at a merge of 12, so you only have 2 votes to get rid of them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
we'll see.
really, High and Lit, like Mike's the most trustworthy, but I don't know if they'll realize that.
Right. I mean, Mike's the most trustworthy if he's with you, though. That's the key thing. If Mike doesn't want to go with you, he's not going to flip back. He's not like Tony, where like, oh, Tony flip, but now he'll flip back. We're good, 100%. Like, if Mike's not with you, he's not with you.
He's also the one that didn't really betray them. Like, it's really Chanel and Daniel.
They never really
I wouldn't think of Mike as betraying me if I was High.
Yeah,
Understandable,
like,
but he did still do the same thing. Like, he still votes for you. He still wanted you out.
Yeah,
so
well,
I would
but you
definitely
also
worry.
were
It
wanting
seems
him
like-
out, so it's kind
yeah.
of like it cancels
Right,
each
I
other
get
out.
it.
Seems
I
like
get it,
Mike
yeah.
never really just entertained the idea of just like going with Hyde. It seems like he was always just kind of like he didn't
I
even
think,
talk to him.
I think
Right,
everyone
right,
knew
exactly.
that it was 2-2-2, and they both sides thought they had Daniel and Chanel.
Right.
So they all knew they were against each other, the other two.
Yeah,
I
Wasn't-
agree, but again, just like you just said, they all knew they were against each other, so it's kind of hard to now break over that bridge and say,
Yes.
okay, and now we're allies. I want to take out Daniel and Chanel, the people who were basically both were begging me to believe them last tribal when Daniel was having a meltdown. Like,
Yeah.
it's really hard. Like, if I'm them, I'm definitely taking either Daniel or Chanel merge. It's for me, it's probably Chanel. I would take Chanel because I feel like Chanel would stay with me.
No,
to
I
me.
feel like she'd betray me too.
I disagree.
Like I would be like, if I was Mike, I'd be like, hey, they betrayed all of us. Why don't we work together?
That's true.
Yeah, Mike's like, hey, he betrayed me, betrayed you.
Very
so
true.
we just-
But again, it's like
Yes, no.
us sitting at home seeing everything is different than like they don't know as much as we do, obviously.
Yeah, and they're all
Yeah.
morons too. So
No, Mike's a genius. He's gonna win. Watch that.
Yeah.
Mike's
Mike's
secretly a
third.
genius.
Mike, the guy who lost his idol twice, who is probably going to get used
lost his
by
idol
multiple
tw-
Lions. He
yeah,
is
he
the
did.
third dumbest person on this tribe.
That's yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy.
The first dumbest person's Daniel, then Chanel, then Mike.
imagine
Yeah.
being considered dumber than Lydia on a tribe.
Wow,
Lydia's the second smartest person on this
Oh
tribe.
my gosh,
which isn't saying that much.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
mean,
that's what I'm saying. This is the dumbest. I think it might be the dumbest tribe in Survivor history.
I think Jenny was probably the smartest person on this tribe. Maybe
Yeah, she had to
High,
carry
like,
them in that puzzle.
yeah,
They're
Jenny
all
didn't really even
morons.
do anything wrong if you think about it. She just
Yeah,
kind
she
of got
really
caught in the
didn't.
crosshair.
she
like-
probably played the best game. Because like if
She
you
played
think
the
about
best
it,
game.
like,
got
if-
voted out.
if Chanel doesn't do some crazy, her crazy screw up, High and Lydia are going. So in my opinion, it can't be High. or
Yeah,
Lydia
Chanel,
who's
who,
playing the best up
Chanel-
until her boot, obviously, and then
Yeah.
obviously Chanel and Daniel. I mean, come on, and then it's Mike. So you made the argument that up until her boot, up until the second that Daniel flips, Chanel's playing the best game.
no, dude.
But
I
like-
mean, Jenny played the best game and she got voted out. Which
Oh,
makes
sorry.
sense.
Jenny.
Jenny. Sorry.
Yeah,
But like even Jenny and High, they both got outplayed by the two dumbest and Daniel and Chanel for a little bit
I mean,
until
that's
they
You mean
screwed up.
this is
Lydia and High.
Vati.
You mean
Whoever's
Lydia
the
and High?
smartest and
No,
playing the
Jen-
best
I'm
will get
saying-
voted out.
Even the smartest players who we think are like High and Jenny on this tribe,
Okay.
we're both convinced that Daniel and Chanel were with them 100%.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
technically
Daniel and
they
Chanel
were.
were with Jenny, so
I mean, they
Yeah,
were
but
like
they
with
could
her
just
on
have
the-
easily though have gone the other way,
but they didn't.
which
they
they
would- they
which they were
would've-
thinking about too.
they
with
would've
Mike.
drawn
They were thinking
rocks,
about
though,
bringing
wouldn't
him
I
up.
mean,
they?
that's just the game. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like whoever's the smartest in person on, whoever's the smartest person on Vati will get voted out, and that was Jenny. So I
mean,
guess
You could argue it's High, but I really don't see
I
that going.
imagine High gets voted out, and then
I think
That'd be
on
great.
paper, I'm being very clear. On paper, If you're going off who
Why
I
not on
think,
tablet?
if you played the game, and by on paper, I mean the person who, if you played the game in a simulation 100 times, I think Chanel would probably win the most. I think, obviously, from her actions, you can't say she's the smartest person on the tribe. But if you're saying that the smartest person on the tribe will get voted out next, I think you can make an argument that Chanel is the bigger threat in the game for sure.
Yeah, too. I mean,
we'll
just
see.
everyone on the tribe is a stupid idiot. So.
It is crazy. Like I just looking at them, like they're all terrible. Like they're not that good at gameplay.
Great casting, but terrible.
It is crazy. Like they all like the worst players end up on the same tribe.
And they're all like, that's, well, I guess aside from Lydia, and even then, she kind of fills her own archetype of the Gen Z.
Well, Lydia is just a bad player because she actively just doesn't do anything to make her game better.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I definitely, like, if someone could go, I would love for Mike to get the idol and play it correctly, and Lydia gets idled out, and that's how Vati gets to the merge.
Or High gets voted out.
But then imagine being
No,
Mike and
no.
you used your idol to take out Lydia.
I mean, I'd rather get to the merge
No.
and get voted out.
I mean, you don't want Lydia getting to the merge as far as like entertainment value goes. She's the least interesting person in the game. I mean, overall. Is there anyone who's less
No, I was just
of a
looking at
character?
all the cast. Nah, she's the least interesting.
She's like the biggest dud on the cast, I think. At least so far.
I think some people might argue Roxroy, but I like Roxroy. So.
I think Roxroy fills his spot of
Roxroy.
being the guy who's going to be the big pre-merge boot or the merge boot or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. 10.
All right. Yeah, you're.
I got Drea again. I've talked about how the Ika tribe is going to be either Roxroy, Drea, or maybe Tori. But I think that's a hard decoy, so it's probably going to be Roxroy or Drea because they're definitely trying to blindside somebody. So I think to me, Roxroy's has a higher chance since his edit's been more completely negative, whereas Andreas has been up and down. Although I think Drea could get like that JD edit where it was up and down, and then eventually she just gets played at the end of the merge. But we'll see.
That it? All right.
10.
This one's hard for me, but I tend, like, I don't know, maybe I should move her up, and I'm not. At 10, I got Lydia.
That's fine.
Just because, like, she's not doing anything. She's not going to win, but, like, she's position-wise, she's probably not going to get voted out, you know? So, I mean, I kind of had to put her high, but, like, at the end of the day, like, she isn't, like, going to win or anything like that. She's just probably going to...
I have her higher.
She can be a goat to the end, but, like, I really can't put her that high.
I have her higher just because there's bigger goats in the game, and there's people who are obviously have a bigger shot to go home. She's one of the safest people in the game at this point, and there's bigger goats out there, so it's not like she needs to be bottom half. So I do have her top something, you know, in a few rounds, but she definitely not no top 3 player for me, definitely.
Yeah, I mean I could see her being like a goat that goes to the final tribal council. Just she's not gonna win. That's why.
Right.
Like I feel like we all know. Like I think Lydia might be the person I'm like I feel. Do you think like Jonathan wins over Lydia? Not like in a final jury, but just like has a higher chance.
If he doesn't win over Lydia,
no, I'm saying like, do you think they have a higher? Do you think Jonathan has a higher chance to win the game now?
I think at this point Jonathan has a higher chance just because
even though like he's like the most like you know what I'm saying. That's how bad like Lydia.
So, okay, I'll put it this way: even though Swati's 19, Lydia acts like she's 16. So to me, she's gonna be treated like she's 19. And to me, if you're 19, you're not going to win the game unless you're like someone like Swati who behaves like a 25-year-old, or like Xander who behaves.
She's not going to win. I'm very sure about it. So that's even though she might be in one of the best positions in the game right now, right?
Right,
for sure.
She has a great chance against the end. She just has like no chance of winning.
Exactly. Right. So that kind of evens out with her just kind of being at 9th place. Right. I mean, not 9th, 10th place. I couldn't put her like top, 8. No, that wasn't happening. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see.
My 10, is Roxroy. Similar to Lydia, I think Roxroy is more interesting, but I also think he probably rubs more people the wrong way. I see him as also a go. I could totally see Roxroy, Lydia, and the winner in the final 3.
That'd be terrible.
Which is going to be my number 1.
Ooh.
I think we might have the exact same.
I think we all might have the same
number 1. Yeah. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay. I'm at we're at 9, right?
Yep, 9.
Yep.
I have the other target from Ika. That's Tori. I feel like Tori, to me, I'm the most confident that she's not like she's the one person who's been talked about from the pre-merge, but across all the tribes. Marianne, across Daniel, Chanel, Rocksroy, Drea, and then Tori is the other one. These are all people who could go home pre-merge, and out of those 6, I feel like Tori is the one that's not going to go. I think she's getting like a long-term Angelina type of edit. I think at the merge, her edit's going to kind of kick back into gear, just kind of like how Angelina's edit kind of fizzled out towards the end of the pre-merge, aside from the jacket stuff. So to me, I think that we're definitely going to get a big edit from Tori. I don't think she can win the game, but I think she is definitely a player in the game and she's definitely not as big of a go as Angelina or Nora were. So we'll see.
Yeah, Tori's second episode edit really made me think she's going to last a while.
Yeah. No. All right. So I'll 9 I have Tori, but can I say my number 8 because I feel like it's important.
Sure.
So I have Tori at 9 and Dre at 8, and that's just because I think both of them are gonna make it to the merge. I think Ika and Vati are gonna both go to one more tribal council, and I think Rocksroy goes to the Ika one. I'm not too sure it goes home at the Vati one, but I think that's what's gonna happen. And so I have both Drea and Tori going to the merge at least in my opinion. And I think personally, Drea, even though she's like way more like, I don't even know the word is, I guess active in the game. I don't know. I think she's a better player than Tori, even though from what's happened, they both not played pretty well. I think she's overall the better player. So I just have her one more place higher than Tori. But I both think they're going to make the merge, and I just think Drea has a higher chance of winning. But I also think she has a higher chance of getting voted out. It's a weird situation.
Right,
but
right.
I could easily see Tori being in the final 3 as a GOAT. I don't see that with Drea. If Drea makes it to the final 3, she's not a GOAT. So.
Agree. I think Drake make the end and channel that aggression and say, well, I was being aggressive for this reason. Whereas Tori can't channel her pettiness to anything.
So the only reason why they're just this close because I don't think the whole Drea blind test is gonna happen. I think they're gonna vote out Rocksroy. So
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I see those two as very similar in terms of one of them's going to go and the other one goes farther.
Yeah.
It could be either one.
But, okay. Dre could be like an easy 8th place person, but I mean.
Yeah, something like that. But we'll see.
My 9, I have
9. Yep.
Crazy move up from 14th last week for me is Jonathan.
Hey, there we go.
I still see him as a early merge boot. But the guy's he's a cool guy. He's I don't know. It's just like he's playing that game where everyone's like, "Wow, this guy is." It is a very Aussie game where everyone's like so impressed by him, right? But then he just gets voted out because he's
it's gonna be interesting to see if he can play the Cook Islands version or the Micronesia version where everyone wants to gun, or not even everyone, but there's just a really good player who wants to gun for him. With Micronesia, it was Suri, a really good player wanted him out, and so he goes out. That's that. But so I'm curious to see if a really good player on this cast will want him out.
I will say though, I think I'm actually kind of surprised. His social game was way better than I thought it would.
Very, very good.
People, no one on his tribe, I think, has even said, at least on the show, that they even thought of voting him out.
He's gonna make merge, which is nuts to think that this guy who we all pick as a late pre-merge boot is I mean, again, I'm not trying to jinx him or talk earlier recency bias, but I think he's gonna make the merge based off of what we're getting from the tribe, unless it's all of a sudden a huge flip, So.
Which I don't think is gonna happen. Everyone on his tribe likes him. Even Mario got voted out. It's and Jackson too. No one's brought up his name as a potential to get voted out. No one's hey, we might want to get rid of him late merge for not to be in the merge.
And again, this is super duper valuable too. He has 2 number 1 allies. That's gigantic in the game because if one betrays you, the other one can still help you. If you have one number 1 ally, especially if it's only ally was Omar, that'd be an issue because I think Omar at some point is going to want to flip on Jonathan. But maybe it'll be a Gabby thing where because Christian had other allies. When Gabby goes after him, Christian gets tipped off by Davey, the other person. So to me, I think that Lindsay could be that Davey type of figure in Jonathan's game, where if and when Omar tries to go after Jonathan at the merge, I think we could see Lindsay come in because they have been bigged up as a pair both on the show and in secret scenes as well. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we will see. Is it number 8 for you? Is it not? I'm confused. What's going on?
We are. Wait, Bitter, you said your number 9 was Jonathan, right?
Betray Jonathan because they would tell him.
Oh, yeah, I already set my number 8. So, yeah, so you just 2 say your number 8. So, I guess Spencer goes first. So.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're doing number 8, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do 8. That's Mike for me. Mike.
Mikey
I just
Mike.
see Mike as I don't know how he got this high, but I don't see him going pre-merge unless they go twice more, and like Mike would be maybe the second time, maybe it's a hard maybe, but I think at this point, just showing how like aloof he is, I don't think a jury could respect that. I think like earlier on, I was like, okay, Mike is one of these white guys that could actually win the game, but I think at this point, no, it's not gonna.
Yeah, he's one of those white guys
Mike.
that can't win a game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Good character. Though.
Yeah, great, a great cast. I mean, this cast is like
I don't know.
just like as far as no, I'm talking about as far as like characters, as far as likability, stuff like because obviously we like can't predict like how they're gonna play or like if they're their edits like their long-term arcs, but what we can figure out like after 2 episodes is like if the cast is not terrible, if the cast has some like potential, and I feel like this cast compared to 41, it's light years for me ahead, just for me personally.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Mike he's disappointing in terms of I thought he was gonna be a good player, and he's not.
Yeah, he is great casting, terrible player at the game, terrible. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, all of Vati is terrible at the game, except for Jenny.
I think that like whereas in someone like Chanel just made a gigantic mistake, Mike will continuously make those type of aloof mistakes over and over and over again. Whereas I think someone like Chanel could recover from her mistake. Someone like Daniel, I mean, he has no chance. He lost his game because his mistake that he made, the 1-1 that he made, was so bad that he literally cannot recover from it.
Even if he gets into a good spot again, he'll just ruin it again.
He's done.
I mean, it is kind of weird. The only good player on Fati got voted out. Like, Janae was the only like good player.
It isn't even that Daniel will ruin it again for himself. I think like because I think you like. One could argue that both Daniel and Chanel just made like one each really big mistake. But whereas in Chanel's is like a mistake that caused Daniel's is one that hurt himself. Chanel's mistake hurt Daniel and Jenny.
Yeah.
Daniel's mistake hurts him, only him. It only hurts his game. Maybe Chanel's a little bit, but definitely his game more. And I think at this point, you need to get to the merge where your tribe doesn't want you to go. I mean, we see it where Erica should have gone home like 11 times at the merge because her entire tribe wanted her to go. You do not want to get to the merge where your tribe wants you to go, because you need your tribe plus people from the other tribe to like you. So if your tribe is already flipping on you, like someone like Roxroy, if he gets in the merge, like his tribe already wants him out, so of course the other tribes are going to be on board for that. So I think for sure Daniel, Hai and Lydia are not going to fight for him at the merge. Like why would you? He's not the person you want to take there in the first place. But
I mean, honestly, if I'm Hai and Lydia, I'm throwing every challenge to the merge.
Right, agreed.
Yeah, like you don't want these people here.
Because I would just assume Daniel's gonna throw me right under the bus as soon as we get to merge.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He
He most definitely. Yeah.
He'll probably go with Ika tribe, and I think Mike would go with the Taku tribe. And I don't know about Chanel, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I already said my 8, which is great.
Okay. So
yeah,
my 8's Straya too.
Whoa.
I like her for the cutthroat. Like I'll say it every week. I like her cutthroatness. I just think she overdoes it and can't get attached to people, which is going to screw her at some point.
No,
I think her just social game overall needs some work, but
she needs a number 2 that is more personable.
She does. And right now her the closest thing to it is Romeo, and Romeo is flipping back and forth between everybody on the tribe. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. True.
My turn. We're on 7.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Lindsay for me is going to stay in this spot a lot, because right now she's in a great spot. She's not going to go home pre-merge. She's probably not going to go home even early merge. She but I think her spot is going to be middle merge. I think what's going to happen is at the start of the merge, there's a lot of obvious boots on the Vati and Ika tribes right now. I think both those tribes have like 2 really, really obvious boots in Chanel and Daniel, and then in Roxroy and Drea. I think you're going to get maybe a couple of those to happen at the merge. And I think once they hit like 10, they're going to realize this is our last chance, or like 9. They're going to realize this is our last chance to take out this tight alliance of 4 before they can assume complete power over the game. And that's even if they get to that point without them flipping somebody else. So I think the Taku tribe is going to get flipped on at some point during the merge. Like they're going to start good and they get flipped on. I think the person who gets sniped out of that tribe is probably Lindsay. I think if an idle play happens, I think the safe but also good vote is Lindsay, because she connects like a lot of people there. So
I guess so. I mean, I have her considerably higher just because of her position. Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll get to her though eventually.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let's see who's my 7. Mike Turner. It's actually kind of great. I think out of the people technically on the bottom, which there even shouldn't be a bottom of Vati because like it's just kind of all over the place.
Because they're all at the bottom.
I think Mike unknowingly is actually one of the most safe people on Vati. Like they're not gonna want to. I don't think Hai and Lydia are gonna want to vote on Mike.
If they do, I think it's a dumb move by them.
Yeah, and if they do, it's a dumb move. Like I guess Daniel tries to float over to because I see 2 possibilities happen, and neither one of them Mike gets voted out. Either Daniel is able to get is able to work his way into the Hai and Lydia alliance and vote out Chanel, or Chanel and everyone else, or Chanel, Hai, Lydia, and Mike all decide, hey, let's get rid of Daniel so we can kind of have him out of the game, and they all vote out Daniel. Neither one of those Mike goes home. I think he's actually like pretty safe for even if they go to 2 tribal council. I think he's safe. I think Mike has to like actively do something bad in the game, which is possible.
Definitely, this first tribal. There's no way that they leave Daniel and Chanel like on the island together. It's such an obvious like, let's get back together. Easy. It's 2 votes. We both have votes. Boom, boom. Like you get out the person with who has a vote. So that next tribal, it's easy vote for the other person on the tribe.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think it's almost guaranteed Chanel or Daniel next episode if Vati goes again. That's why I'm really hoping Vati does not go again because I like this whole tribe to make merge except for Lydia, which is not going to happen. So
my perfect way for the season to go the rest
Ika
of them
goes again for me.
Pre-merge is that Vati goes one more and then Chanel gets voted out and then Ika goes and Roxor goes. That's what I want to happen. Is what I'm
Chanel's
saying.
dumbassery needs to breach the merge. For me, I think everyone on the Vati tribe.
But that means Daniel will go home then. And
I know. Again,
it goes
exactly.
to 2 more than Dre. Might get voted out, and that can't happen.
Exactly. And so what I'm saying is that I want the Ika tribe to go for the rest of the pre-merge. I want them to go 2 more times.
That cannot happen.
Yes.
Right. You're silly.
I think the I would like it if the Taku tribe goes, but then like they have like the weird 1-1 vote because Omar's and I mean,
they might just want to throw the challenge here to Marianne because I would not want Marianne to be there.
Maybe.
Yeah, just because of the fact that they're down to 4 numbers, they're probably gonna want to keep Marianne's advantages.
Yeah, probably.
True. But like, she freaking probably gonna tell
weird
everyone
because the only tribe
there
that I want to go is Ika. But then if they do like their 2 big blindsides, then you get to the merge and it's just like 3. It's like I guess the obvious boot would be Tori at that point. So even if Tori goes, then what's the obvious boot?
See, Ika going I think is the worst because I think they're all. That's a tribe of all people who want to be in charge, and you kind of want that at the merge.
Exactly.
That's
my ideal situation for Vati and Ika to go home. But
I think right now the best casted tribe is by far Vati. I think you need all of them to make, or you don't need them all, but
I'm okay with Chanel not making the merge. I'm okay.
I'm okay with it, but I would definitely rather the Vati tribe make a merge, and at least Taku and Ika. And I think Taku's edit is really, really hinting at them not going again. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
And that definitely leaves us with the Ika tribe, which I would like Drea to make merge and be like the merge boot or be the boot after or make it as far as possible. I'm fine with Rockstar going pre-merge. I think Rockstar is a great last pre-merge boot to cap it off.
He's a perfect goat, and I want to watch him get 0 votes.
Who? Rockstar?
Do you want to watch someone get 0 votes?
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it way better than Xander.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody say that.
It's
fun to watch someone get 0 votes.
My ideal situation, like I said, is Vati to go and Chanel to go, and then Ika to go and Rockstar to go. That way, you can have.
I agree with the Rockstar for sure.
Yeah, you can have like Drea. You can have Tori.
Would you rather Drea make merge or Tori make merge? I'd rather Tori make merge.
Yeah, I'd rather Tori make merge.
As much as Drea and make merge would be so fun because she's more aggressive than Tori, I think Tori just has more long-term character.
I want them both to go, so I just don't even want to think about that. So. Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I would love if Romeo goes. I don't need him at the merge.
Yeah, I don't need Romeo.
As much. I think Romeo would be one of the more interesting ones as far as he's one of the best players in the game right now. But I think as far as character-wise, Romeo's so boring. Like his best confessional hasn't even aired yet.
Like is there a way for Romeo to
it's the one on
out?
That's the thing is that's only if he gets caught flipping and they all decide to put him out together, which is not going to happen because right now there's 3 options to go that aren't him. So
true.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, that's the thing is Romeo's so boring that the best confessional that we've seen from him is on next episode and the next time on Survivor. That's how boring Romeo is. Yeah, he says like that's his best confessional.
Maybe that's what happens though. Like he wants to give it to Rockstar, and maybe for some reason everyone's just like, no, we don't want that to happen. And he gets voted out somehow.
That's hilarious that everyone would stick up for Rockstar. It's hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's like their
it's
like
not, it's not
abusive dad that they still love because
Jesus Christ,
because it's their dad, but you know
abusive dad that everyone still likes. I like that.
It's their abusive dad
well,
because they
now that
still
we've been
love him
demonetized 4 times over,
because
let's
it's his
go.
dad, their dad. But
Let's
Yeah, I
move
mean,
on
if you're
to,
demonetized once, why not do it twice?
yeah, why not do it 4
3
times?
times.
We're going 7.
My 7. I have Tori. I see Tori making the merge for sure, and I see her wanting to make a big move that gets her in power and her failing at it, and then
I could see that, like a Corinne, where she feels like she needs to flip immediately and make a gigantic, huge, like make a huge alliance flip, and then just blackfires in her face. We'll see that.
Blackfires. That's I heard.
Blackfires. What?
That's what I heard when you said that.
So Skylander is definitely seeing. Yep. Sky is definitely not colorblind, bro. He's always seeing race. And said blackfires.
I heard, bro. There's no way you didn't hear him say.
No shot, bro.
Like, tell me if he said black.
Talking about colorblind, bro. Skylander just seeing colors within my words, bro. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a Blackfire fan over the Targaryens, but
I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm sure
it's Game of Thrones.
Also, comic, isn't it Starfire's sister from Teen Titans Go?
Oh my god.
Starfire.
Yo, the fact you said Teen Titans Go is terrible. You should have said Teen Titans.
No,
yeah,
bro,
Teen Titans is way
Go
better than
part.
Teen Titans Go.
I haven't watched either of them.
Original Teen Titans was great.
It's awesome.
Cartoon.
Yeah.
Probably
My dad has all the DVDs.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Nah, bro.
No, it's
I've never watched Teen Titans Go, but Teen Titans Go on top better than.
It's like an anime, but without all the annoying anime stuff. Almost.
Yeah.
Me, at least. Yeah.
So like no one
But
kissing their grandpa and stuff like that.
I think that's the first episode where he kisses his grandpa. Robin kisses Alfred or something.
Oh, nice.
Yep,
Wait, that's his grandpa, like blood related?
No, I'm
We're
just
joking. We're joking. The back guy actually thought that Robin kisses Alfred. Okay.
Well, Robin is gay now in the comics. They made him gay. Yeah.
I thought they made Captain America gay.
Robin plays for the other team now.
I think they made him a Nazi.
He plays for the other team now.
Robin's an op now. Okay. Is 6?
Optish behavior.
You're 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what was your 7? Wait.
Mine was Tori.
Oh, okay.
Mine was Lindsay. I have 6. I have Lydia. She kind of just snuck up here. I don't think she's gonna win the game. We've already talked about her, but she's one of the most safe people. I think at this point, she's probably like, I mean, aside from the people I have above her, and then maybe I think Mike is maybe safe. No, Mike isn't. Everyone below her is safer than her, and everyone above her is not safer than her. Or sorry, opposite. Everyone below her is definitely in more danger than her, and everyone above her has a more shot to making it to the merge. So to me, she just kind of falls in the spot. It's very, very like default spot for me. Her and Lindsay, who are back to back, are usually going to stay that way.
Okay. All right. Yeah. My 6th is Omar. He just, not too much from him. He's gonna not have a vote the next tribal council goes, so he'll have a little special surprise waiting for him the next time he goes. The first time he goes to vote. Oh no, sorry, the second time he goes to vote. My bad. He'll have a little special surprise for him waiting. Thanks to Chanel. So that's bad. But the next time he goes to tribal council is probably gonna be the merge. So it's not like it's gonna be like he needs his vote. He probably won't need his vote if it's at a merge with 12 people, I assume. So unless they do some stupid dumb twist where it's like, what they did in 41, which they might do.
I have a really interesting theory for Omar. I also have him at 5, the next one. So I'll talk about it when I get there. But I have a really interesting theory for how he goes home.
The thing is, like, Omar, he's connected with Jonathan. And because he's connected with Jonathan, he's connected with Lindsay. Marianne's on the outs. He's going to make the merge no matter what. It's just like, I just don't really see him winning with, from what we've got from at this point. He's in a good position, but he could probably just go like a 7th or 8th place to merge on. Just,
so
not too much
for Omar. It's interesting. I know I said earlier that I think Omar might flip on Jonathan, and that's how he goes out because, Jonathan learns about that and maybe flips it, but who knows? I think to me, like, and if you call it my boot episode video, I said I think Omar is the person that falls victim to do or die. I could see Omar thinking like, especially like, because I said that at some point I think Taku's gonna get flipped on and maybe like a Lindsay gets sniped or like a Marianne gets sniped. I think after that, maybe they do a do or die twist, and I can see Omar like feeling like, oh, like I can totally do this challenge, and then he epically fails and goes out.
Omar
You see
doing
him,
it. Omar
just
thinks
him
he
just
can do it.
throwing the challenge to go into do or die.
Yeah,
to get a chance,
yeah.
like in the
Yep,
advantage.
exactly. I could see him like doing that, or doing that, where he overthinks it and tries to throw the challenge to do that. So
Yeah.
to me, I can see both those happening, or just him feeling like he needs to play and then going out first because he's definitely like one of the more physically weak people who's going to play in that challenge. Like maybe it's Drea, Jonathan, and him. You know what I mean? So I can definitely see that happening. So for me, I could see him going out from the do or die, where he just picks the wrong box. But
That would make do or die. I would like do or die if Omar goes home because of it.
Right.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean, it'd be
that's good.
kind of funny if he's like, "Oh, I'm so savvy, I can do this," and just you know.
It's such a mastermind play, and then he goes out.
Yeah.
Loses.
But then he'll constantly be like, I never got voted out. They should bring me back. I'm so good.
Or,
Yeah, I technically never got voted out. Actually, I had no votes.
like, actually, Omar, shut up.
That would be funny if that happened. Imagine he just remains a virgin his entire life and just dies as a virgin.
That wasn't what
Oh
we're
my
talking about, but yeah, that would be funny too.
Like on his
Guy,
his
bro.
gravestone, it's like
Well,
there's
if
there's
always-
do or die to die in a virgin.
Literally, do or die, except he just dies on the.
like on his gravestone it says 78-year-old virgin. Thanks for standing up for the Muslim like
Oh
religion.
my
or whatever.
god.
That'd be hilarious if like Jeff snuffed his torch after the do or die and said, "You died a virgin."
No.
Like, damn.
Push him right in the eye.
Jeff.
Really cooking him up, bro.
Mhm.
All right.
And then he just
Thanks.
like tries
Thanks,
to kill
Jeff.
Jeff.
You're
Bro,
number
if, you say,
6.
if the people that say
Yeah, mine
thanks
six.
Jeff after getting voted out are the worst type of people.
He
Yeah,
would.
that is
He would
weird.
thank Jeff for sure.
You're like, oh my god, I just got my torch
Thanks,
snuffed. Why
That's
does
the
it
most
sound like
intimacy I ever had. Thanks, Jeff.
pause? This torch getting snuffed. He's like, whoa, pause. Like,
It's the
whoa,
closest
man.
I've ever
Hold on,
been to another
personal
person.
space, Jeff. Personal space. Whoa.
No, he probably cuddles up next to Jonathan. And
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Jonathan. Yeah.
for quote unquote warmth, you know.
Omar's definitely a
His
fiend
meat
for Lindsay,
shield,
bro.
you know what I'm saying?
Omar's definitely a fiend for Lindsay. I already know, bro. He's fiending, bro. But yeah, I'm saying
Nah, bro.
Jonathan-
He tries to get cuddled up to
Jonathan.
for warmth.
Nah,
obviously.
he's secretly jealous of Jonathan because he gets Lindsay. I think that's what it is. He's just secretly.
Omar just goes finds like dead animals on the island and go cuddles up by them at night.
Jesus Christ!
I can
That's
save
the
you.
More of a picture in my brain than I've
I
ever
can
had.
save him. I can fix
Oh
him.
my god!
I can fix him.
Read-
Jonathan's just like, he's dead.
He's dead.
fix him, I
Omar?
swear.
There's no heartbeat.
You
Like,
can't prove it.
Can't prove it. Okay.
Mouth to mouth.
yo.
Go ahead. It's your
Like
number,
a dead
it's your number
rat,
6
mouth
bitter.
to mouth. Let's go.
Bitter's
Yeah.
number 6.
I got Lindsay. I don't have a great read on Lindsay. She seems the least to have a good any strategy like that's shown to us on her tribe.
Correct.
I don't know.
She also has
she-
the
I-
worst winners edit. I think at this point she has the worst edit probably on the entire.
You're gonna be surprised how high I put Lindsay then.
She could be another possible person that makes the final 3 and doesn't win.
Yeah.
But
Not
maybe
like a
there's a,
goat,
maybe
but
there's
like-
a chance she does win. Maybe
Not
she's
like
I
a
don't
goat,
know.
but
She's kind of got
think
like
she
an
could-
Erica edit, I guess.
Like
you could
I
say.
feel like she could get like 2 votes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't like
exactly.
I don't see her getting like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
8.
We'll see.
I just don't
One
know.
on
I don't know.
nine.
She's the person that would flip
10
on
maybe.
like Jonathan.
She like also hasn't gotten the winners edit at all. She got no personal content. It's always about Jonathan, always about Omar, always about Marianne or the tribe. So
Yeah, so she probably goes down with whatever happens to them if they go down.
correct. I feel like she's the one to go out first because Jonathan's too obvious of a vote to put on like for like an idle play. I think Omar's too good of a player. I think he'll have a good social game, and I think Marianne, she's Marianne. Everyone loves Marianne. So I think
Or if they do that like thing where they split up the 2 tribes and one tribe goes to tribal
right,
and like
correct.
she goes in out in that Nasir spot.
right. Where
I
like
see that.
she just like is a big threat because of her connections in the game, not
Yeah.
necessarily because
That's
like
like, oh,
she's
this
a good
is
player.
the time to take her out. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I already said my number 5. I talked about Omar, so
Okay, Sky.
I mean, you guys are gonna be surprised how high I put Lindsay then. What's it, number 5, right?
Yep.
yeah, number 5.
All right. Can't believe he's this high, Jonathan. You know,
It's kind of low actually.
Yeah, I thought
What do
you
you-
had him higher.
Yeah.
exactly. No,
Spencer's got him at 1, so
Haha.
I mean, to be fair, like Jonathan is like really surprised me. I thought he wouldn't really do well socially. I just thought he'd be like a big, strong guy. But no, like everyone on his tribe likes him. You know, it does. No one's ever even considered voted them out from what it seems like, except for Marianne from the next time Survivor. But that doesn't mean anything to me.
Wait, wait, what? Did she say that on the next time?
She said something about like how she doesn't like Jonathan or something. I
Oh,
forgot.
she doesn't like Jonathan. Okay.
It was something like that, or like something wrong with Jonathan. But
What if,
Jonathan could just throw her
Jonathan
off the
said
island.
something based, and like she didn't like that, so then she's like, I don't like Jonathan.
Jonathan could just like pick her
Omar,
up.
you
and
ever
just
notice how
toss her.
Jonathan's like really white and a male?
Yeah, but I like big white men. I mean, what? No, he.
Whoa.
No, that's what Omar
I
was
mean,
gonna say.
I'm celibate
No.
for religious reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she likes skinny. Remember, skinny white men is what she.
No, that's what Omar
Yeah,
said. I like big.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah, that means that she's into like Zach. She must hate like Jonathan.
that means
It's
like
the opposite.
Adam
Omar.
was like her survivor crush, then probably right. Like, it's just weird. to
Yeah,
think about
like Adam and like Cochran.
Ew. That is disgusting. That's
Yeah.
why.
Gross.
Well, she'll have an easy time, swiping them up.
The way you said that was so weird.
I was
Swiping
trying to think
them
of the
up.
best. I was trying to think of the best
Swipe
word
them
to say.
up. Swiping or swiping.
Swiping
yeah.
them up. Bro.
Swipe was
It's
the
not-
first word
What
that
is this,
popped in
Fruit
my head.
Ninja, bro? This is-
No, Jonathan's going after Lindsay. Knows freaking.
Yeah, Jonathan's
Yeah,
fiance.
but
Oh,
anyway,
serious.
Jonathan's
That's my dog.
playing a good game, surprisingly. Well, I mean, maybe not by like using his freaking like picking up people at at his
Picking
tribe
up human
challenge.
beings during challenge.
He could have done that tribe challenge all by himself. He just like throws the ladder up in the air and then climbs it while it's in the
Yeah,
air
that's
still.
They
there.
get back to tribe and back to the island, and Omar's like, "Pick me up like that ladder, Jonathan."
Whoa, yeah, that's
Yo.
that's what Omar would have.
Wee.
These like bitter.
Wee.
That we bro, that was out of pocket, bro.
You know that's Omar's personality for sure.
Yeah.
Pick me up.
Like that ladder.
Bro, there's no shot. I'm hearing bitter say the word "we," bro. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
Who's
Sky
up? Who's
down
up?
with this thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sky.
Okay. All right, go better.
So at 5, I got Romeo, just
Okay.
because I see him not being targeted. He seems like a guy who can go under the radar
I
at
have
merge.
Romeo next too, so you can talk for us.
Okay, and yeah, I don't see him getting taken out at pre-merge. So once he gets to the merge, I see him floating. He seems like a person that you could target towards like Final 5. Like maybe he turns into a Ricard type where he becomes threatening,
Right.
and
Agreed.
you gotta take him
Well,
out.
I don't know if he's gonna be a big. I think Romeo's just gonna be a guy like, oh yeah, Romeo's a smart guy, and Romeo's a really sharp guy.
Romeo
Romeo's
sucks.
really-
I hate Romeo. I hope he dies.
Like, I feel like Romeo. I personally see Romeo going out in fire. I could like I see very.
Yeah,
in the
that could
he's
season,
going out and fight. You think he's
This
gonna
could be
burn
like
to
a,
death?
like a-
Jeez, dude! Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ, Sky come back in and just already hating. To me, and this is gonna be a stretch, but I think I could see a similar edit to Sydney. Sydney's someone who flipped back and forth and go wrong, but like she was a really good player. Everyone really respected her, and then she just goes out and fire because that's her spot to go out. And I feel like Romeo could be like the very similar, where he's also always flipping. You know, he's on a tumultuous tribe to start, and I think I could see him going out and fire against like the likes of maybe a Swathi or something like that.
Okay.
Though if he doesn't improve his game and he just kind of stays as the like hop into each alliance, I could
That's
see
true.
him as a goat too at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe in like an alternate. I just think more often than not, I see Romeo as a contender to win the game than anything
Yeah,
else.
for sure. Like, but I could also see him being like also how I said Lindsay would end
Because
up.
a big thing for me is like can I see you being assertive and like fighting for your chance to win? I like before season I would have said no, but now like seeing him, he does have like that win. Like, he does seem like a pretty assertive person. Like obviously you see in his confessional next episode, he has no problem being assertive. But I don't know. To me, he has winner capital. He's not the winner pick. He's not even like top 3 on my list, obviously. But I think the fact that he has winner potential, it's pretty rare right now. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't have winner potential in the game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
sure.
agree with you on that.
All right. So, I actually have Romeo a tiny bit higher for a couple of reasons. You guys might not agree with this. We're doing 4, right?
Yeah,
We were doing 4.
We're doing 5. 4, right?
No,
I just did my 5.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
And
so
then
you
I
just-
said that.
yeah, okay, so we're
Romeo
doing 4, right?
was at 4, right? Exactly.
All right. So I actually have high at 4.
Okay.
And it's for this specific reason. The only reason why Hyde's ally doesn't get voted out last episode is because the other, it's like when the Seattle Seahawks decided to not run the ball in Super Bowl 49. The other team did something so like mind-bogglingly stupid that you just
I get that for like LVP and MVP, but we're talking about the future of the game. That's over now.
I know.
Like,
I'm just saying
I
though.
feel
Like
like the
I
logic
don't
is-
think he's like that good of a player, and I don't think like come
Right,
merge
but
he's
the
gonna be
spot
able to
he's
do
in the game.
anything. No, I'm
I
saying
get
like at merge, I don't think he will last particularly long. I don't think he's gonna get too far in the game. Actually,
Interesting. I
Well,
think
you have
me
them
and
at
Bitter.
4. That's pretty high up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, yeah,
for some
because
of us,
everyone
I
else
think
is just like terrible.
Yeah, I get
because everyone else. Okay.
Everyone else is just
Interesting.
terrible, dude. Besides Jonathan, obviously.
I think
and
me and
Dre.
Bitter might have very similar lists.
But,
I feel like it's pretty. I felt very comfortable about my list this week compared to
same.
the other weeks.
Me. Same.
Yeah, me too. But
like I had 3 names written down on a piece of paper on my thumb thinking, and I'm like, boom, and I just listed out 7 in a row, like up the list.
mhm.
Yeah.
I was pretty
But
confident in my bottom 7.
I just gotta put high at 4 just because I when
To be different.
no because
Um,
when merge comes I don't know if he's gonna be able to like do anything.
I could definitely
really.
see him making moves because his tribe isn't
Nah.
gonna. I think his tribe's definitely probably gonna go again. And I think that's gonna help make his
I
tribe's.
think
threat
he's just
level
gonna
go down.
fizzle out in ultimately an
No.
like rememberable way.
I
And I'm just gonna
disagree.
forget about him.
I would love
In
that.
my opinion. In my
But
opinion.
we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I think I still have a controversial pick though that you guys already said. For my 4, I have Marianne.
okay.
Just because the
It's gonna be
edit
different.
is like if she makes it to the
Edit
merge,
shitting on her. What are you talking about?
yeah, but she's so prominent. She's also edited to where to make the audience like her though.
But like
right.
everyone
but
hates
she's
her.
edited showing her flaws, so she's not gonna win the game. She has no.
I don't know.
capital.
I don't know if Survivor sees them as flaws.
I definitely
Maybe.
think okay, hold on. Maybe Jeff Probst doesn't, but I think that Survivor editors who have edited the other 42 seasons or 41 seasons have I don't think that all of a sudden they don't know how to edit a winner anymore. Like they've like shown her being stupid. They've shown her being the next boot on the tribe if she goes again. I don't know. To me, like she has no winner capital, and my top 4 is exclusively winner capital people.
Maybe I'm just putting her there to lower the blow if she somehow did win. I don't want to get my like, oh, she has no chance, and then have to sit through her winning.
Yeah, to be fair,
Yeah,
we
it's so
were saying
bad.
that Eric had no chance for a while, but
Definitely, we all were. That's for sure.
Because at this point, I see her making the merge, and
oh yeah,
she kind of has the Lydia thing where like, why would you ever target her? She's not a threat, but she
But
does
she
have
has-
advantages, which does make her a threat.
That and then well, that
That's
and
what I'm
also the fact that out of her alliance she's at the bottom, and also the fact that she's a gigantic jury threat because she's the good lady that everyone likes in games, similar to like an Elaine in 39, or I'm trying to think of an example that Bitter would know since he hasn't seen 39. Like just an example of someone
Say
who,
any other season besides 39.
like literally like just like the player who you're like that's just a great story and a great personality. Everyone likes that person.
Oh my god,
David
You're saying
from
Mary- you're saying that's Mary.
33.
That's no. I'm saying that's how the jury views Marianne. These people are different than us.
Like David
yes,
from
they are.
33. Is that what you're saying? Like,
I mean, yeah, similar, except David's a good player though.
Yeah, David was
David's
given
a-
like the great player edit.
Yeah, he was given, whereas Marianne's given
Trying
a
to-
player who's, yeah.
I don't know.
I think
don't know who to think of.
Elaine for me is the best example, but you haven't seen the season, so it's kind of hard to make it.
Mhm.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Are we going to 3 now?
yes.
Yeah.
3
yes,
I have Jonathan. I can't in good conscience put Jonathan in my top 2 because he, everything about his
Probably my top
archetype
3.
is because everything about his archetype screams no, but everything about his edit, everything about his allies, and everything about his tribe's position screams yes. So to me, I feel
Yes.
like I have to put him in the top 3 for that reason right now. But I think it could all change with the lost immunity win at the merge or something like that. So that's why I can't put him in my top 2. But he has winner capital. Winner capital. I feel like to me, so he has winner capital. He has 2 #1 allies, which is huge because if one of them tries to betray him, then the other one can step in. His tribe is going to be in the best spot to kind of lay low at the start of the merge, and he obviously can win challenges. So he won't even have to like necessarily be in the greatest spot socially for at least like every single round. Like he can kind of take off a few rounds if he needs to for a strategy. And also the fact that he's not one of these guys that's like really physical who everybody hates. He like people like him. Like, people really actually like him. So I don't know. To me, I think his spot at 3 is earned for me.
Okay.
I kind of can see Taku though being the tribe that's targeted at
Yeah.
merge.
True.
I think it's the opposite. I think everyone's gonna forget about them, and Ika and Bati, the people who are all like overplaying the game, like all of them are playing so hard that they're just gonna target all like each other, and I think they're gonna leave Taku for a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll
Just
see.
seem like because they're so cohesive that I would feel like I can't
Right.
break them
Oh
up.
yeah. I mean,
that I want to
if
take them out.
like if you're watching like the edited TV show, you're like, this is the obvious tribe to go like Ika and Vati. Put aside your differences and go after Taku for a little bit. But
yeah.
I think that between Romeo and Swati and all these great players, they might overplay their hand and just try and go after each other because they're all great, or not great players, but like Romeo's and Swatis and Highs, those are all good players, and I think they'll all be intimidated by each other. And even Drea being super aggressive, Tori being not really socially aware, I think they could all target each other, and it could be a real issue. And then if Daniel gets submerged, I mean, they're definitely gonna target each other. So
yeah,
we'll see.
All right.
That's my 3.
I can't believe that he's this high, but at 3 I have Romeo.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
He's in. Just personally, I just didn't really think he'd be this high. He's in a good position. He's in he's like I guess he's in the middle of Ika, right? Even though
right.
But you could also say he's like
Between,
controlling Ika because he's in the middle.
He's like between the like Drea and everybody else. He's also between Tori and everybody else, and he's also between Rockstar and everybody else.
Like I could seem like if he wants to keep like Drea able to like to flip everyone else over to get rid of like Rockstar and stuff like that.
Romeo wants is what's going to happen. I think generally, I think as much as they're bigging up Swati, and I think Swati is a great, and obviously she's in my top 2. But I think Romeo has control over the tribe right now. Wherever he goes is where the vote's going to go. I feel like.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. That's why I have him at 3. I feel like whatever he wants to do probably will happen. So I just don't have to put him at 3, even though I don't really see him winning.
Correct. Yeah, probably not.
Cool.
Exactly. And then Bitter, number 3.
My number 3 is High, just because he seems like one of the few people with brain cells, which is not saying much, but he does have some. He seems savvy, and like if he can pull out the Todd type style. I don't know.
Not the I'm gay, help me please.
He's got like the Lydia, who's kind of like a loser version of like a Courtney.
The loser version of Courtney.
I was thinking Denise, just the physical type.
Oh yeah, well yeah, she's combined with Denise's personality and shape with Courtney's like youngness at that time that she was playing, like like uppity personality, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then, High is like we got plenty of dollar store versions of people. We got Zach, who's a dollar store Adam. High's a dollar store Zach. I mean, not Zach, Todd. But maybe I'm really trying to put my bias against him, and maybe he ends up being a good player on the season and is entertaining.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hard to do.
I think High is both a good player and a good cast so far, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would love High on a cast with like other good casts, not High on a
definitely
with
High on a cast with a bunch of shitters,
a bunch of other High type personalities. But.
Right. Okay. So I am my top 2, which we all have our 3s, right? We're all good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My top 2 is High number 2, Swati number 1. I think we're gonna see Swati number 1 not across the board. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think that to me, Swati, you didn't see anything bad about her, or even about her tribe last episode. So it's hard to move her from number 1, which is where I had her last episode. I think High jumps for me. I had him at last place, 15 last episode, all the way to 2, just because of how the tribal went. He's now guaranteed merge 100%. And on top of that, he's in a spot where he has options as to who to take to the merge, so he can really find out who's going to be below them. Is it Chanel? Is it Mike? God forbid, is it Daniel? Daniel. To me, I think she has a lot of options. Plus, he has a goat who is deadly loyal to him now. I mean, Lydia will never, ever, not ever flip on him in the game. I think at this point, she also talked about in her pregame press how she doesn't want to backstab people. So it's also helpful to know that too. She's probably going to be his puppy dog the whole game. So I think he's in a great spot, but I think he still is coming in on a tribe that isn't necessarily the best suit for him. I think the Vati tribe may get some more attention based off Chanel and Daniel's actions. They may affect like the other tribes, especially Chanel with Omar. I think that could definitely hurt his tribe. But I think that for me, Swati's case is number 1, just because at this point she hasn't really done anything bad, and she's done nothing but good. She's probably going to pull off a blindside, whether it's on Roxray or Drea, and I think her and Romeo are in control of her tribe. I just think she has more win equity than Romeo does, so that's why she's at number 1. But for me, like this whole top 4, aside from Jonathan, can be like kind of like a back and forth. I think High, Romeo, and Swati for me are like my real top 3. I just think Jonathan's playing a better game than Romeo is right now, so I have Jonathan higher. So that's it.
All right.
My number 2 and number 1. My number 2 is I can't. My number 2 is Lindsay. Just because she might be the most well positioned person in the entire game. I mean, seriously, she has I guess she has two number one allies. Well, number one allies obviously Jonathan, but Omar.
I don't think Omar's the number one ally for her.
I know, but like Omar definitely is aligned with her because of how close he is with Jonathan. So she has
Omar is
those two-
jealous.
exactly.
Mhm, exactly.
And I guess she's aligned with Mary too. No one on her tribe really wants to vote her out, and she's super well positioned. She's probably not going to go home for a while, so I kind of have to put her at number 2. I just think she's one of the best positioned people in the game. And this list is more who I think will be here by the next episode than who's going to win. But
well, if you're doing off that, obviously the whole list changes. Obviously, I mean,
it's influenced by that and winner equity. But I could still see Lindsay winning this one. I don't think it's like completely ruined.
Yeah, I see there's a
I
chance
agree.
for-
Yeah, her game isn't over, but
yeah,
I mean,
while there's other
definitely
people's
not.
games are like completely over at this point,
right,
like Daniel and stuff like that.
like Daniel, like Marianne,
Yeah.
like Roxroy, like Drea, yeah, all those people. Tori,
Yeah,
yeah.
like their games are completely over at this point. I think Lindsay still has a shot to win, so I kind of number 2. Number 1, I have Swati. Like I feel like
Yeah. I think I'm making a wild guess that we're all gonna have Swati. Maybe Bitter will shock me, but
No.
okay. Yeah. So we all
I mean,
have Swati.
let it be known, podcast listeners, who had Swati at first. Just
Yep.
letting you know.
it was Bitter. Good. There you go. Does it make you feel better?
Yes, it makes you feel a lot better. Unless she goes home next.
Imagine she goes home next.
Okay.
I mean, when have we ever had the same number 1 and they didn't and they went home? It's never happened last season, right?
I mean, we only had one chance, you know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, when I want to go back and figure out like when we all had a number 1 and see how, like where that person ended up. Because I'm like, at some point we all had to have Shannon at number 1, like late pre-merge when she had complete control of the tribe.
I don't think I ever put Shannon at 1.
I think well, no, but I think early merge.
I had the
like,
Sean at 1.
I like had like Evie and Shannon at one point in my top 2 just because they were playing the best games at that point.
It was like pre-merge.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I wasn't doing pre-merge.
They were both like playing great games, but you know,
yeah,
kind of
but
out there.
And at 2, I got Omir, whatever they call him.
They call him Omir for some reason.
I had someone in my comments tell me it's actually Omir, and I was like, no, that's
just
Omar.
In all lowercase. I just said no.
Just for everyone who's ever going to plan on like typing something like that, I will say Omar just because you do not want me to say Omar.
Yeah.
All right.
So if someone wants to say Omar, would you say Omir then? Or?
Correct.
No, I'm probably just gonna say Omar because it's easier.
Okay.
Because I constantly think of Harold and Kumar, so I want to say Omar. But,
Kumar.
Yeah, it's a movie. But Omar, this is the thing that sucks, right? My top 3, I got 2 people who I don't like as people, and I'm not gonna be happy if they win. But they're playing the best games. But yeah, I guess I got 42 is good. But Swati, I do like as so far as a person and as a player. She gives me Sophie vibes, but I think I like her more than Sophie. And
I dislike Sophie.
They've only showed her to be in control of her tribe, so I don't see her, getting bamboozled. I also see her with Roxroy all the way to the end. Roxroy's her goat to the end.
Roxroy the goat.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. I think her just like High, and that's why I have them both. They both have an easy goat to drag all the way to the end. I think honestly, High has an easier goat to drag just because Roxroy's more of a interesting person, but I think it's also going to help Swati because she can always dump her goat, whereas High's not going to have that choice to dump his goat.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how Swati is able to pull in Lydia. I could see High and Lydia teaming up with Swati at some point, and that's how Lydia gets as a goat at the end with Swati too. Because I'm trying to figure, because I have them both as goats, and I'm trying to see how they get there with Swati. But because I could also see Swati getting there with like a Romeo. And Romeo might have the best chance at to pretend might win, but Swati just wins.
Inglorious
fashion. Because Swati and High are so in such good spots in the game, but it's like this time last year we had Evie and Shan, and it's like they're not going anywhere in the game. They never even got to even finale night. So it's like it's tough. It's very tough, definitely, to rank people this early.
Yeah, I see Swati as way better than both of them at this point.
Yeah. Agreed. And that's it, guys. So, I mean, it's interesting. This season it's looking better. Obviously, you don't want to jinx it or you don't want to get overexcited, but I think
jinx it.
Okay, jinx it. But I think right now, to me, definitely just the season itself is awesome. But then also having the confidence of the inside source, it always just helps me. It takes me off ease, and I'm confident in the season. but it's just always tough because the season can go down and just like from here out it can just be terrible for all you know. So it is always tough. But again, what's going on in the Survivor Skylander universe? Not
The Survivor Skylander.
There we go.
universe.
Skylander universe. There we go.
I have a video that's going to come out on Sunday, probably, hopefully. And I also am going to be posting something on the Survivant channel too. So, maybe you should go check that out.
Rare occurrence, a Survivant video.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly. So you should
Right,
see
let's
it
do it.
when it comes out.
And
That is. So just
Bitter
put
Universe.
on post notifications.
Bitter put 2 videos out in 2 weeks. That is astounding. And I think we can never expect a video from Bitter ever again in the next year. So
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
what's going on in the Bitter
No,
universe?
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get one out before this episode, but I'm thinking about next week, like 2 weeks. Within 2
Bitter putting out
weeks,
videos.
I'm gonna try to get a video out.
I caught the first one. I didn't catch the second one. Yeah, I'm gonna
You
go
didn't
watch
see
it.
it?
after.
You gotta see
No,
it, bro.
the second one I didn't catch. It
The-
came so fast.
That video performed so weird. It was at like the 400, and then it kind of slowed down. Then out of nowhere, it jumped to 1,000 in like a couple hours.
Dude,
And then-
YouTube is weird. My like big Shan one that has 16,000. It was at like 3,000 just sitting there, and then Shan gets voted out. 16,000 within 3 days. It's ridiculous. Bro.
It's weird.
Honestly, YouTube is so weird. And then Sky has 1,000 stories like that are even crazier. I've seen it. Like you talking about his one from 10,000 to 100,000 in a few days.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. You weird YouTube viewers, man. You guys do some weird stuff, man. You just be clicking on videos randomly, but that's okay because it helps me make money. So thank you so much for watching. Obviously, guys, we're gonna try and put as much content as we can. Obviously this season is looking good, so it's always a lot more fun to put out content when the season's good, but it's also a lot more fun to put it out when it's bad because you can tear it apart. But hopefully we don't have to tear the season apart, and hopefully we can keep liking the season. As always, none of this happens without you guys. I'm just a weird guy being a weird microphone. So that's what I'll talk to you guys in